There, Pastafarians, it's me, Schizophrenic. Here I am at Onion Station, down here at 17th and this one, Wincoop. And it's the first Friday of the month, which means we're being haunted by John Choque here. So I'll be opposing John for, as long as I can stand it. Setting up his big old banner of bullshit and lies and hate, and here we are to oppose him. If you'd like to help me out with that, come on down. If you would like to support me, do check the links in the bottom of the video. It's pretty early for me. I don't know what time it is, like 11ish. There's a clock right there. 11:20. So I don't know. I can't read clocks, so that's too bad. Here we got cones. I don't think of that. I like that. If you do see any other street preachers down here in the Denver area, let me know. If you see them down your place, let me know. We've got some fans up there in up north in Fort Collins, and I think we're going to be headed that way this month. Maybe next week here. Dale Blue up there in Fort Collins. I very much would like to meet with you or get together and find a day that's best for you. We'll talk about Christianity and stuff and religion and how it's poisoning the world, but let's get to it, I suppose, with John Choque. But it's true, Jesus lied.
When you read the wrong Bibles, it shows that he lied twice.
Every Bible that I have read contains a lie of Jesus. If you can show me a Bible without a lie in it, I'll be quite surprised. Are you saying that Jesus did not lie?
I sure did.
So that's a claim you're making. Do you know how to support a claim with an argument?
Not as good as you.
No, not as good as me. Do you want me to teach you how to do it?
Yes, please.
This is a good idea, the cones. When did you come up with this idea?
I know this guy. So.
I know this guy as well. And I know that you have a history of preaching lies on my street. I know you come down here quite regularly. Usually when I have to go work and make a living. But now I was able to come down here, which is my Friday, my holy day. So I'm blessed to be here. Now I am here to oppose you right and proper. Hey man, let's talk. Why don't you stop and talk, you crybaby coward? Hey, why don't you stop, jogger? You've got something to say? Join this conversation, you fucking coward! Now you, John Choque, you've made a claim about this book. You said there's no lies in it.
We don't need to use profanity.
We don't. You can not swear as much as you fucking don't want to. And you tell me not to swear one more time, and we'll see what happens.
Swear one more time.
I'm going to swear as much as I want. Do you understand my argument? I'm going to swear as much as I want. Do you have a problem with that?
Your argument, no.
Why? What's your problem with swearing?
Because it is not a proper language.
Says you, and you can go fuck yourself with that shit.
Edifies.
Prove it. Prove it.
Edifies.
You're
builds people up. It actually tears people down.
You're wrong, and you just don't give a shit.
When you tear people down, you're actually doing the work of Satan.
So you've made so many claims so far, and you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Do you remember when you said you don't know how to make arguments, yet you keep on making them?
Oh, do I?
Yeah. Are you? Are you going to stop, or are you just going to say you're sorry and not stop?
Well, you're so loud.
Yeah, I'm so loud because this show's for all of these people, isn't it? I'm almost as loud as your sign of lies, aren't I? I'm almost as loud as this sign.
I think the sign's louder.
Yeah, that's correct. So you're making fun of me for being loud.
No, I'm just smiling.
Yeah, you're louder, aren't you? I'm almost raising myself up to your level. But why am I yelling? I've already told you once, John, I'll tell you again.
Please.
I'm yelling so that all of these people can hear, because this is theater. I'm yelling so that I can catch up to as loud as that is. Why do you have that lifted up, John? Bring it down and we'll have a more civil conversation, I think, in a quieter tone. I have raised my voice to match your voice. Do you understand? I've answered you twice. Do you understand my second answer? You still don't understand? I don't think so. Now, let's go back to what you were saying about that Bible, that there's no lies in it. If I could show you a lie in that Bible, you quit it?
Nope.
No, why not?
Because I know there are no lies. My conviction is strong and powerful, and I base my whole life on the conviction of that Bible.
And if you're wrong, would you change your life?
Nope.
So you'd keep with it even if you're wrong, huh?
I'm not wrong.
No, you misunderstand my question and you do it intentionally.
But
If
I'm
you're
not
wrong,
wrong.
you're going to change your life.
But I believe with all my heart, soul, mind, I'll base my life on not being wrong.
Yeah, but you are, John. You're wrong.
But I'm not.
Oh, but you're not. Prove it. Prove you're not wrong, John.
I don't need to prove it.
Yes, you do need to prove it, John, because you have to prove it to yourself, which you've done. Do you agree?
Are we being recorded?
No, we're being live streamed.
Okay, watch this.
It's a little bit different if you can get your mind around it. It's the way the future works.
Means.
Yeah, I know. There's a lot of things that I'm talking about that you don't know exactly what it means. I'm trying to educate you here.
Okay.
Let's pretend, John, that there's a Muslim standing right here and the Muslim has a sign that says all Christians will burn. And he was standing right here. What would you... I know you don't care.
The sign right there.
I'm not done with the hypothetical.
Okay.
And then the Muslim says, I am right. And you say, what if you're wrong? And he says, I know I'm not wrong. I've based my whole life and my whole everything on not being wrong about the Quran. What would you then say to that Muslim?
That's your choice, and your choice is not right nor wrong.
Yeah, it is.
Your choice.
Yeah, and it's wrong. Just like your choice to be a Christian is wrong, John. Do you understand? Are you able to empathize with that Muslim and understand my argument to you that you have wasted your whole life on this book of lies? This book is not holy. Do you understand my claim? How can I prove it to you? What sort of argument could I make that would convince a person like you? Do you understand my question at all, John? Answer my question if you can.
I can't.
I know. So why don't you engage with me in this conversation instead of hide from it like you are? I'm making arguments, I'm making lucid statements, right? This is English, our shared language, right? And you comprehend the sentences that I'm saying? Is that correct? Do you comprehend the sentences I'm saying, John Choque? Is that a no?
I don't like your yelling at me.
I don't like your sign, John. Take it down. Then I shan't stop yelling, John. Do you understand my argument?
Did you know I was going to be here on First Friday?
Yeah, did you know that I knew you were going to be here on First Friday? Because I told you over and over that I'm fucking coming for you, John.
Perfect.
And yet you don't listen to me, do you, John?
Well, because most people don't speak the truth.
I know, so I'm trying to speak it to you very clearly so you'll understand it. The truth is that Bible's full of lies and hate and racism and misogyny. And you are holding it up like a banner that you're proud of. It's a piece of garbage and shit, and it makes you shit. Yeah, that's also full of lies and hatred and misogyny and racism.
Can you prove that this is a lie?
I certainly can, John.
Good.
What's a good argument to prove that something's a lie? How would you prove that the Quran is a lie, John?
Well, I'm asking you to prove it to be true.
That's correct. You're asking me to prove something is a lie. But first, I have to crack into your rotten mind and figure out what you think good evidence for a lie is. And then I shall make an argument based on that. So you're going to have to open up your rotten brain a little bit and show me how fucked up it is before I can really communicate with you, John.
Why do you have to put me down?
Because you're wrong.
Why can't I be right?
You can be right as soon as you stop believing that Bible's holy.
And you know, in America,
yes,
the freedom.
That's correct. Tell me more about freedom, John. Tell me more about the First Amendment. Like I don't know the First Amendment, John. Preach to me about the First Amendment.
Did you go to war to defend the Constitution?
Go suck a dick. Yes, I'm here.
Life on the line for the Constitution?
Yeah, today I'm doing it. Right now I'm doing it, ain't I?
Never went to war.
Go suck a dick. Wow.
Made your life
nice.
for the Constitution.
I am at war now, John.
Military.
Great. And you're just going to hold it over me like a badge? You're going to be like, listen, civilian, shut the fuck up. And Jesus told you to do that? That is a bullshit move, John. Suck a dick. You do not hold your military service over those you serve. I don't know why I'm the first person to tell you this, John, but you kind of have invalidated your service by telling me how indebted I am to you for it. Now you listen to me, John, about how indebted you are to my service here on these streets. 6 years I've put in on these streets, keeping it free from lies and hate and people like you. And now you're afraid of it when it finally comes to you.
You sound like you're full of hate.
I am full of hate, John. I hate hate. Do you hate hate?
I hate hate.
Yeah, are you full of hate? You're not full of hate for hate? Every time, you're plugging your ears, John.
No, it's just that my ears, I have sensitive ears.
Yeah.
You're bothering my eardrums.
Yeah.
But I can still hear you.
Cool. Some people have sensitive minds and you're bothering with them and they can still read this shit. Yeah. You can hear me, but you can't comprehend me. Do you understand? That all of my arguments that I've been trying to make, you throw out of hand as if they don't make sense.
I'm 68 years old and my ears are kind of soft.
Okay, great.
Sorry.
Well, why don't you fix your fucking ears? Why don't you tell Jesus to fix it for you?
He has. I have perfect
Great.
hearing.
Great. Do you understand that you just were a hypocrite?
No.
Okay. You don't understand any of this.
Gave me
Jesus gave you what? The ability to not put things in your ears? Not knowledge. Mythology. So, we are saying that if I find a lie in that Bible, you will be surprised. Is that correct? You say that there is no lie in that Bible, yes?
Yes.
So what if we find one, John? What then?
You won't find one.
What if we find one, John? What then?
But you can't because there is.
John, what if we go through that book and we find a lie? What would that mean? What would it mean?
You're a liar and I'm telling the truth.
No, what if we open that book and we find a lie? What would it mean about that book?
You bring your own.
If we open that book and we find a lie in it, what would that mean about that book, John? What would it mean, John?
No lies in it.
What if we opened it and we found a lie? What would it mean, John?
It means that.
John Choque.
Yes.
If we opened that book and there was a lie in it, what could we infer that meant?
Well, the word "if" is the operative.
That's
word.
correct. The word you keep ignoring.
If
the word that you think you can ignore. Why in the name of fuck do you think you can just walk by the word if? No, you're not very good at it.
So
7 times you walked. If there was a lie in that book,
So
John.
it would be futile for me to do it because I already know that there are no in there.
So
But you
if
believe
I
it is,
went
and I
through
believe
that
it's not.
book and found a lie, John, should I stop believing it? If I went through that
Believe
book and
whatever you want to believe, you have a free will.
false, I must believe that book to get into heaven, John. You
You
lied
don't
to
have
me.
to do anything.
To get into heaven?
To get into heaven's different, but
Cool.
you don't have to do anything.
Cool. To get into heaven. We're talking about getting into heaven, John. I'm never not talking
get
about
into
what's
heaven,
required to get into heaven. I'm
there's
never,
one thing you have to
ever.
do.
Yeah, and you're lying about it.
Yeah, one thing you
No,
have to do.
wrong. This man is a liar. He preaches hate. I oppose him. You want to check out my YouTube? I've got a YouTube where you can see me doing this all the time. This man is a hate preacher. This man is a fearmonger. This man will bring us to holy war. Please do support me on YouTube. I appreciate you. Do be safe out there.
Yeah, you too.
This man is full of lies, full of hate, and shall be opposed. He doesn't even know what to do. Say again.
Did you give me one of your cards?
Yeah, I interviewed you. I gave you a link to the interview. You know where I am,
It
John.
is on my YouTube.
Yeah.
I've got more hits on that video.
Yeah, you're
than all the
welcome.
others.
That's correct. Because I know what I'm doing, and you don't know what you're doing, John. I'd like to talk to you. Are you at work right now? Are you working?
Yes, I am.
And you're taking a moment out of your work time to come over to this Christian preacher and support him? Does your employer know that you're taking time out of your work time to support this Christian preacher? Does your employer know that you're not supporting me as a Pastafarian preacher? So are you choosing one religion over another in an official capacity okay, does your employer know this? Who is your employer?
I have freedom of speech as you do.
Do you have freedom of speech when you are representing your employer?
There's no need to scream, sir.
Then there's no need to have a sign up here that is full of hate. What's your name, lady? Ladyface. Hey, Ladyface, what's your name? Hey, I'm talking to you. Why are you ignoring me? Is it because you're afraid of the things that I'm saying? Is it because, loud? Am I as loud as your sign, John? I think you confessed that I'm not quite as loud as your sign.
The sign is loud, but
Yeah.
it doesn't have a voice.
Oh, it doesn't have a voice? Oh, it doesn't have a very loud voice.
It has a presence.
Oh, it has a presence, and a presence is different from a voice?
Yes.
Okay, so a presence is with words, or a voice is with words? Because if it was a black sign, that would be a presence, wouldn't it? And now that there's words written on it, it's a voice, ain't it, John? What's your name? Coward. Look me in the eye. Hey, I'm a person. Why are you ignoring me like this? You have dehumanized me by ignoring me like this. Which of my arguments were invalid? Coward. Look at me in the eye if you dare. My name's Mitch. I am a real preacher of truth and love. This man is a hate preacher. Here, take this. I'd love for you to engage with me in a fair place where you're not afraid to engage with your voice, and you can raise it to its full extent instead of being a coward like you are. Now, you leave me alone and let me oppose this hate preacher in peace? Or are you going to keep staying away from the place where you are employed to do something that's none of your fucking business? Is that what you're doing? What's your name? Is it Melissa? Shut up, I'm talking to her. Look, when I'm talking to her, don't interrupt. When I'm talking to you, I don't like it when people interrupt. Do you understand what interrupting is, John? John, do you understand what interrupting is? I'm trying to talk to Melissa here, John, and you're interrupting me. Melissa, I'm trying to talk to John and you're interrupting me. Do you understand how rude that is? Do you understand how rude you're being by pretending I'm not here? Did Jesus tell you to do that, to just be rude? Or did he tell you to talk to me and tell me for the reasons for your belief? Let's talk about why you believe this book is not holy. The question that I was asking him that he can't answer is, if we find a lie in that book, what should I do? Should I stop believing to get to heaven?
What do you think you should do?
I think I should stop believing if I find a lie in that book.
There you go. You should do that.
Why?
Because you don't believe it.
If I find a lie in the Quran, what would that mean? What would it mean? If I find a lie in the Quran, what would it mean, John Chuck? It would mean there's a lie in the Quran.
You tell me.
Okay, I shall tell you, John. Will you listen? Yes. Or are you going to ignore it with a shit-eating grin on your face?
I'm going to smile because I enjoy smiling.
And you enjoy eating shit. Yeah. You're going to smile exactly like you enjoy eating gobs and gobs of shit, especially when they come out of that book right there. Now, keep your shit-eating grin on your face and listen to my question. Okay. If I found a lie in the Quran... No, I'm not mad at you. Except for the part where you ignored me and dehumanized me. I'm mad at you for that.
But you ignore me all the time.
Do I ignore you or do I listen to what you're saying? So,
you're ignoring.
What did you say that I ignored?
My sign.
Did I ignore it or have I talked about it over and over and over?
Was this the sign we used at the, I think so. Because this is my third sign.
Good, I'm so happy for you. Why the fuck are we talking about which sign it is, John? What relevance does this have on the conversation, John?
Because we talk about the sign because that gives you voice, because this is loud, and you were very conscious about making sure the sign was in our interview in Boulder.
Yeah, because it's full of lies and hate, and I wanted to show your tools of stupidity. Yeah,
okay.
That's correct. And you were so proud of it, even though it's a really stupid sign. It's really dumb. It's bad. Do you agree?
Okay. No, I don't agree.
Oh, you think it's great?
I think it's great.
Is it the best sign around? And if I
don't know about the best.
Is it a perfect sign?
No, it's not.
But that book is perfect.
That book's perfect.
So how do we know the sign is not perfect?
I think I should have put...
How do we know the sign is not perfect, John? The question is, how do I know that the sign is not perfect, John?
I'm going to readjust this.
Good, because it's not perfect, right? John, can you answer any of my questions at all? John, you're ignoring my questions again.
Ask me again.
How, John, do we know that the sign is imperfect. John, how do we know? How can a person tell that the sign is imperfect? You don't know? How do you not know the answer to any of these questions, John?
Because I don't understand.
Have you read the book of... I know, you don't understand anything I'm talking about. Yet my statements and questions are clear and in a shared language. Do you know why you can't...
My ears turn off.
Oh, your brain turns off because it's so loud. What about this? It's so loud that people's brains turn off. It's so loud people's brains turn off, John. Your sign is so loud people's brains turn off. Are you going to turn it down? No, I repeated what you said to me. And I satirized you and you hypocrisy. No, reevaluate what just happened, John.
Okay.
You said an argument to me that when I'm loud, your ears turn off. And then I said, John, your shit's so loud, people's brains turn off. And you said that's a lie of the devil. Yeah, so I used your argument against you and you rejected it as a weak argument. Did you see that? Because we're going to do it over and over and over again today, John.
You going to be here till 5?
I sure am going to be here till 5, John. Do you have a problem with that, John?
No,
I didn't think you had a problem with that, John. Not that I needed your permission or invitation to do exactly what I'm doing right now, which is expressing my first... Keep talking, John. No, why not? Because you're afraid of what you'll say.
No, because you don't like anything I say.
Oh, no, I like it when you support my arguments. I like when you say things that support my arguments.
Okay.
For example, I have the right to be here because of... What is my right to be here?
Because we live in this country.
This country, that's correct. And continue, and there is an amendment.
That's plagiarizing. Go ahead. I mean, not plagiarizing, it's patronizing. That's what it's patronizing. So just talk.
Is this patronizing? Is your sign patronizing, John? You have so many times accused me of something you do, John. Do you see that it's happened over and over?
No.
Your shirt is patronizing, that sign is patronizing. Do you accept the accusation? Do you accept the accusation that your shirt and your hat and your sign is patronizing, John? Do you accept the accusation that your shirt, your sign, and your hat are patronizing, John? Shock. Answer, yes or no?
I can answer that or no.
I know. Because you're a fucking hypocrite and a coward, and your shit-eating grin tells me everything I need to know that, again, I have pinned you. Do you understand how bad you are at this game? Do you know why you're bad at this game?
Can I talk now?
You can try.
Okay, I don't want to try.
Yeah, I didn't think so. What would you talk about, John? What would you talk about if it was your turn?
I would.
Would you talk about the argument, or would you derail the argument, John?
Well, I don't get a voice. I don't get a...
You can answer my questions.
Okay, well, let me ask you a question.
Try it. I don't see a question yet, John.
No, you don't hear a question.
Where is it? Where's the question, John?
So, if you stick with what you believe...
If I stick with what I believe...
What will happen to you when you die?
Same thing that happens to you, John. Now, wait!
That's
Stop! Wait!
Question.
Wait!
You die,
I will answer... This is your question.
What is my question?
If I continue on with the way that I am...
No, believe. Not I am, but believe.
If I continue on the track that I am down, what is my ultimate destiny?
Yeah.
Yes, I answered it, John. I listened to your question and I answered it.
You didn't do it.
Yes, I did. I listened to your question and I answered it, John. So, you asked a question, right?
But you didn't give me an answer.
I surely did, John.
Oh, you did.
I recorded it.
Well, give me the answer again.
First, let me talk about what just happened because you're so stupid you didn't even notice.
I am stupid.
You begged me to ask a question, right?
Did I beg you?
Yeah, you were like, can I ask a question now? Is it my turn? You fucking begged me for your turn to ask a question. When it was your turn, you fucking took forever to ask it. When you asked it, I caught it, I answered it immediately, and then you were like, no, that's not my question.
Do you need some water? I got some water.
No, I don't need some water. Go fuck yourself, John. I don't need your fucking poisoned water, just like I don't need your poisoned book.
Purified water.
Is it? How can I trust your water's purified, John. How can
have to
I
have a
trust
cup,
your water?
Well, you can't.
No, I can't.
You don't like me.
No, because you have
don't
such
believe in what I
a...
stand for.
Right.
You don't believe in the word.
Because you
don't
stand
believe
for
in
an
the
evil
sign.
book.
You don't believe in the book.
That's
You
I.
don't
I believe
in
the book.
church.
I believe in the book. There it is.
You
There
don't
is
even
the book.
believe in my military service. You don't believe in my 40-year trucking
Go fuck yourself
career.
again with your military
You don't
service.
believe
I
in
never
my
said I
5
don't believe in
children.
it.
You don't
I
believe
said
in a
don't
husband
hold it
and
over me
wife.
like I owe you,
You
shit,
don't believe
bitch.
that I have
Did you get
freedom
paid
to
for those
stand
years?
there.
All right.
You don't have-
All right. So how many turns are you taking in a row, John? How many turns? Which one of those would you like me to talk
I'm just
about,
talking
John?
because you won't shut up. So
Say
I'll
it
just
again.
talk
What won't I do? What won't I do, John? What won't I do?
What would you do? What?
You just said I am talking because...
I am
And what
talking
was-
because I want to talk.
That's not what you said, John. What were the words that you said with your fuck face? Do you understand? What did you say with your mouth,
When you
John?
always put people down,
I'm not putting people down, John.
that's a verbal degrading of my face.
This is a verbal degrading. Do you understand?
It's not verbal though.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
a visual.
That's semantics.
Visual.
That's the same.
This is visual.
Go
Yours
fuck
is
yourself.
Audible.
Who cares? It's the same.
No, it's not the same.
Yeah, it is. It's
Audible
that-
and visual are not the same. Is that sign
But
speaking?
according to the
have to
First
read it.
Amendment, they are the same, John.
Well,
yeah? If we're going to talk about semantics, and we're talking about the First Amendment, then I'm saying they're the fucking same, John. Can you get on board with that shit? Or are you going to be fucking opposed to every fucking thing I say? Because you hate
I'm
me,
gonna be opposed.
and you hate what I stand for, and you, yes you do, John! Just like you said I did to you, you do. You're hating me. Do you know what hate is, John? What is hate, John? What is
why
hate?
I don't hate you.
What is hate? Shut up! No. Don't tell me the
reason I
reasons.
don't hate you
No,
is because-
stop! Tell me the definition of hate before you tell me anything about it, because
reason
you don't
I
know
don't
what
hate
hate.
you is because I
No,
love
John, tell me the definition of hate before you tell me what you're doing. You don't know what hate is, John.
You tell me.
Opposition, correct?
Opposition?
Yes, is hate. Do you understand?
Opposition.
Yes!
What could it be
Opposition
the
is
opposite of
hate!
love?
Do you understand?
Could it be the opposite of love?
Opposition is hate. Yes or no, John? Okay, so here's what happened, John. I asked you to define hate. You rejected it
That
over and
road
over.
is opposing
You
that
rejected my invitation over and over.
I won't
And
listen
then
to
you asked, because I'm talking to you, John, are you listening to me? This is what happened, John. I invited you over and over to define what hate was. You rejected it. You didn't listen to me. You ignored me. I invited you 5 times. The people at home heard me. I invited you 5 times to define what hate was. You declined. Then you invited me to define what hate was, and I did, and you rejected it. Immediately, John. Do you know that that's been happening over and over and over? That I am trying to connect with you on this conversation, such as what is the definition of hate? What is the definition of voice? And you are just opposing me because you hate me and you hate what I stand for.
All that's a lie.
No, it's not a lie. It's the truth, John. You just don't like it. You just don't like the truth, John, because what you like is mythology. That hateful book.
The Word of God.
No.
This is the
Which
King
God?
James Bible.
King James. Let's talk about King James.
That's the King James Bible.
Let's talk about him. Have you seen a picture of King James?
I'm a pastor in Boulder, Colorado.
My name is Schizophrenic Mitch. I'm a real preacher from the cult of Flying Spaghetti Monster.
Why did you turn it away?
Because you're preaching, John. You're not talking to me. We're having a conversation.
I'm telling the people who I am.
Don't talk to the people,
I'm
John.
talking to the people.
Don't.
They're listening.
You're talking to me,
No,
John.
I'm talking to the people.
No, you're not. It's off.
Turn it off.
I will. Because you're afraid of it.
No, I'm talking to the people. I'm
Don't.
not afraid of it. Why would I be afraid if I'm talking to it?
Because you want it off.
No, I leave it on. No, I want it on.
Yeah. And don't talk to them. They're none of your business. You're talking to me,
They are
John.
my business because you're including me in your business, so therefore I'm in part of your business.
That's right. And your part of my business is with me.
And
Because
my
I am
business is on
opposing
that.
you, and they are watching me oppose you. Do you understand the situation?
I can tell who
Cool.
I am.
So I'm going to talk to everyone that comes up and starts talking to you. I'm just going to tell them who the fuck I am, and I'm not going to stop.
Most do.
Yeah. Cool. So you are engaged with a conversation with me. And you're going to look for every fucking way to get out of it. But I'm here for 6 hours, bitch. And you're going to have to deal with it.
Yeah, but I'm not a female. I'm a male.
Sure, prove it.
Because you said bitch.
Prove it.
That's a female.
And I hurt your feelings when I called you a bitch?
No, I'm just letting you know.
Cool, but you did defend
it.
it.
The truth all the time.
Neither do you.
You filter it with a lot of lies.
So do you. Do you know why I do that?
People
To show you what you look like. Do you understand what satire is, John Shuck? Do you understand what it is?
Explain it to me. Your definitions are different than mine.
I know, and then you reject my definitions. I shan't be giving you any more of them, John Shuck.
I believe in your definition.
I know you don't.
Did you still have it on?
No, yeah, of course I have it on.
I thought you said you were going to turn it off.
I did say I was going to turn it off, and then you said you wanted me
change
to.
your mind?
I did change my mind. Do I have to let you know when I changed my
You
mind?
should let everybody know.
Should I?
Because you just
Should?
lied. You lied. You said, I'm going to turn it off.
I never
And
said
you
I don't
never-
lie, John.
You just lied.
I never said I don't
You
lie,
said, I'm going
John.
to turn this off.
John, I agree.
I'm going to turn this off. And you told me that 3 or 4 times.
Yeah,
and
and
you
then I
didn't
did
turn it
not.
off.
That's right.
So you should have changed that. I'm not going to do that. I'm going to leave it on.
I kind of implied that, John, if you would pick up on it. John, I never said I don't lie. Do you understand that? Cool. It's Jesus that said he didn't lie.
Yeah.
So why are you looking for lies in what I say instead of lies in what Jesus said? Why are you looking... So, yeah, let's talk about the Bible. Now, you say that Jesus never lied.
Yes.
That's a claim you make. How can we prove that he never lied? Is it something that a person could prove? Is it a provable thing that you believe, John?
Yes.
How does one prove something like that, John?
That I don't know.
Yes, you do, John, because it's been proved to you.
I know it has been.
Has it been proved to you, John?
But
So it
doesn't
seems
matter
like,
what
John.
I say, because
So,
you don't
John, it
believe a
seems
word I
like.
say.
Oh, I
I
don't.
told you that when
I don't believe a word you
You
say.
don't believe a word I say.
Or is that hyperbole, John?
No, because
Is that
if
hyperbole,
you ask
John?
me a question.
John, is that hyperbole?
And what is the definition of hyperbole?
Go look it up, John. Educate yourself. You accused me of it earlier, John. You accused me of sprinkling lies in my speech.
Yes, you did.
So do you. Hyperbole is that, John?
That's
Hyperbole?
So you define it. When you said, no, I'm not going to define it, you defined it anyways.
No, I identified a case of it, John. I didn't define hyperbole yet,
So let's twist our words a little bit more.
like you do.
Do most people, is there any person on planet Earth that is perfect?
Yes.
No.
Okay, great. How do you know that, John?
Because all have sinned.
Cool. How do you know that, John?
And sin is not believing in God.
Okay. So is there another way?
Jesus
Is there
Christ
another
of
way?
Nazareth.
Is there another way that we could know that everyone, before Jesus shows up, can we know that
Yeah,
everybody
we
has
can know
sinned?
that. We
How
can
can a
know.
person know that everybody has sinned before Jesus shows up? So what happens is I ask a question and you answer it, and then I ask
You
another
don't.
question.
You never give me a chance to talk. You just keep talking.
Because I asked a question, and then you answered it, and then I started asking the next question. And so are you always talking? You were always talking though, right?
It's your stuff there.
You're always talking as well though, right? With your shirt and your hat and your sign.
This is a presence.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, my voice talks.
Semantics.
Talk is audible.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is that audible? Does God talk to
That
you?
is written.
Does God talk to you, John? Does God talk to you through the Bible, John?
Through the Bible? Yes.
Is it audible, John?
No, the Bible is not audible.
Well then it seems, John, that you're allowing yourself to have a word that I can't have. Do you agree, John? That you're being hypocritical about what a voice is. Do you agree, John? That your definition contradicts itself? Because you're saying this is not a voice, and you're saying this is a voice? Do you see the contradiction in your definition, John? Have I identified it to you, John? Did you see it? I could do it again if you didn't see it.
Do whatever you like.
Yeah, I can. Thank you for the permission that I don't need, John
You don't
Shuck.
need my permission.
Thank you.
But I'm just voicing that. If I'm
Yeah,
audible.
and you're also voicing this bullshit.
It's that to a lot of people.
Yeah,
But the reason why it's bad.
and to some
the
people,
reason why
it's true.
The reason why
And
it's
those people are
laughable,
wrong.
stupid thing I'm doing is because it proves that they are perishing.
No, it doesn't.
Yeah.
No, it doesn't.
And
You're wrong, John.
so
You're wrong
we'll
about
find
that.
out the truth
No.
once we die.
No, John, you'll be dead.
And I'll know the truth.
You'll know the truth that
So
the
when
Bible
you
lied
die,
to you.
Are you going to die?
Yep,
And what are you going to do when you die?
I'll die.
And who is you? Who is I?
Mitch.
And who is Mitch?
I am Mitch, John.
Are you a physical
John,
body or
John,
spirit?
what was your
Or
question
are you
before
a
this?
mind?
Let's go back one
So is the
question.
mind
Let's go
gonna
back one
die,
question.
the body
Let's
gonna
go back
die,
one.
or the spirit
Before
gonna
we get
die?
to this one, let's go back
Which
one.
is gonna die?
Let's go back one. Let's go back one,
So
John.
your brain and your body
Let's
is
go
going to
back
go
one,
back
John.
to the dust.
You
But
didn't
Mitch,
hear my
you
answer,
are
I think.
a spiritual being, and you cannot kill.
Let's go back a question,
When
John.
you cannot kill a spirit,
John,
you have
are you
to do
preaching at
something
me
with
or
it.
are you asking questions, John? Or
I'm
are you
speaking
preaching?
to the question.
Cool,
I
I
asked,
don't
but
want to
you
be
won't
preached
answer.
at. No. The question
You
I
don't
asked,
wanna
what
answer
question?
it. I asked you, are you going to die? Then I asked, well, once
Yeah.
you clarified and clarified.
Yeah.
So we can
I
break it
want
down
to
into
talk about one of your
smaller components.
clarifications, and one of the, no, it was not a small component. It was 3 sentences in a row. One of the smallest components was, who is Mitch? Is that right? That's a pretty small component. Who is Mitch?
Who is Mitch?
I am.
Who is I am?
I am.
I don't understand what you mean.
I know you don't understand what I mean.
The reason why I don't understand
Ask me again.
is because you're on a different plane than I am. You're on a different world. You're in a different belief system.
I know, I'm in the real world,
You
John.
serve a different spirit.
I serve the real, actual
Your God is the
world.
God of this world. Which is
This
Satan.
real world.
And Satan is really real.
No, prove it.
He's an
Wait.
archangel.
I am
that
not
was
going to
created,
accept your
and he
claim unless
fell
you can
from
claim
heaven
it. Listen, you
because
made a
he
claim.
rebelled, and you served
Listen, John, you made a claim.
I don't
You
do that.
made a claim, John. And then I'm asking you to prove the claim, and instead what you do is sermonize about the claim. I would ask you to
I'm
please
speaking truth.
refrain from
But
that
I'm
and
speaking
engage
truth.
with. You're not speaking truth.
I am
You're
speaking
speaking mythology, John.
Speaking truth. That's
No.
mythology to you. It's
No.
truth to me.
Well, that's not how mythology
Truth to
works.
me.
Cool.
And
Do the
it's
Mayans get to
mythology
do
to
that?
you.
Do the Mayans get to do that, John?
Mayans don't serve God Almighty.
So who decides whether they get to just say it's mythology to you, but it's truth to me? Who decides that?
God.
Your God.
No, the Creator.
Your
The
God.
devil.
Come here, let's talk to this guy about here. He doesn't understand shit. This guy's.
The devil.
Which devil? The Muhammad devil?
Your God's the devil.
Your God's the devil. I can prove it. Let's prove it.
Woo!
Yeah, your God's angry. Your God is angry all the time, isn't he?
Yes.
And who created anger? Your God is angry all the time? Yes?
Oh, this is great. I love it.
No, you don't. You hate it, John. You're always lying out of your
Because
face.
everybody
Which
gets-
God? The Muhammad's God? Muhammad's. You don't even know what this guy believes. He might be a flat earther. Are you a flat earther, dude? Does the Bible say the earth is flat, John? Does the Bible say the earth is flat, John?
Nope.
Prove it. Prove it, John.
Circle.
There are people. Yeah, circle. Flat circle.
You got a big mouth. Why don't you go back?
So's your mom. When I was fucking her, she was all like, oh yeah, fuck me so hard, baby.
Why don't you go back?
Why don't you suck my dick? Hey, suck my cock. What's your name, coward? Why don't you join this conversation instead of riding by like a fucking pussy? Hey, John. Hey, John. Hey, Johnny boy. The earth's flat. Your book says so. What's your name, coward? You gonna talk to us or you just gonna walk around? It's time to talk.
Really ugly man.
Okay.
Have you looked in the mirror lately?
Nice. That's a good one. Have you looked up what projection is, bro?
You're not very attractive.
Awesome. More projection, please.
You'd like to pull out of the back?
Sure. Have fun running away, coward. Suck a dick, suck bag. Hey, let's talk about your evil book.
Your mouth is so foul.
So's yours. The shit that you say is so
degrades everybody
garbagey.
around.
So does yours. When you tell all these people that Satan exists, you degrade them. John, did you hear what I said to you? When you say the garbage out of that book in public, you degrade all these people. Do you understand? You don't understand. Even though, no, you don't. You refuse.
them.
But you degrade them when you speak lies.
No, I don't.
If you spoke lies, would that degrade them?
I don't speak lies.
If you spoke lies, would that degrade them?
I don't lie.
If you spoke lies, would that degrade them?
I don't speak lies.
If you spoke lies, would that degrade them?
I don't speak
If
lies.
you spoke lies, would that degrade them?
I don't speak lies.
Hey, John, if you were to speak lies to these people, would that degrade them?
I don't speak a lie.
Hey, John, if someone were to speak lies to these people, would that degrade them?
I don't
Hey,
speak
John,
lies.
if someone were to speak lies to these people, would that degrade them?
You speak the lies.
Hey, John Shuck, if someone were to stand on this corner and speak lies to these people, would that degrade them?
Well, since you're speaking the lies,
Hey,
you are degrading
John,
them.
I'd like an answer
Like
to
that
my
man
question,
there.
and I'd like it in like a
You're an
yes or no
example.
because I've worked
You're
so
an
hard on this
example.
question.
You're an example.
If someone were to stand on this corner and speak lies to these people, would that degrade them?
Yes, Mitch is a
Okay,
liar.
and if you were the someone
Mitch
to
is
do
a
that,
liar.
would
He
that degrade
exemplify
them?
what it
If you
looks
were
like
that
to
someone,
be
would
a
it
liar.
still count,
You think
John?
he
If
degraded
you
the
were
man?
that someone, would it still count, John? If you were that someone, would it still
I'm
count?
not that someone.
If you were that someone,
But
would
I'm
it count?
not.
If you were that someone, would it count, John? Can you engage with these sentences?
I'm
Why?
engaging.
No, you're not.
But
You're
giving me
rejecting.
you're giving me an example
You are
that I
rejecting.
can't fulfill. I
Okay.
can't fulfill that question because it's an invalid question.
Awesome.
It's
Awesome.
invalid.
Cool. Well, we'll be working with invalid questions later, John. Cool. John, who wrote that book? Who wrote that book,
The
John?
Holy Ghost.
Did he?
Yep.
With his hand? I'm talking about who wrote it down, John.
The Holy
Who
Ghost.
wrote the book down on paper with a pen? Who wrote the book down, John?
There were no pens back then.
Who wrote the book down? You know that? Do you know that, John?
When did pens
Do you know
get
that, John?
created?
I don't know, John. Do you?
When did
Do you- I
pens
don't know,
get
John. Do you?
I don't know when.
Well, then you don't know if pens were created back then. Is
That's
that
an old
correct?
book.
What?
That's an old book.
How old is that book, John? 1611?
No, it goes
No.
back further.
Oh, does it? Oh, does it? Oh, how old is it, John? How old's that book?
I don't know that.
No, you don't.
Can I
When
know
was
the
it
answer?
written down, John? When
Tell
was
me.
it written down?
You know all the answers to your questions. And
Do
you
I?
want my answers to match your answers.
Let me show you. No. When
what
I
you
ask
want.
you what your definition of hate is, John, it's not to tell you what the right definition is. It's to get your definition so I can engage with you on your fucking level. So don't tell me
But
that
you
I
don't
don't.
want to go on my level.
I do, John. That's
wanna
why
be
I'm here
above my
dressed
level.
like a fucking idiot yelling in the streets. This is your level, John.
Put your glasses on.
You should suck my dick. So
Yeah,
tell me what to
that's
do.
degrading.
Yeah. So it's telling me to put my
But you
glasses
put
on.
glasses
You
on
degraded
because
me.
they look cool.
Cool. Don't degrade me, John.
But they look cool.
Don't degrade
And
me
I've
by
seen
telling
pictures
me
with your glasses
how
on.
to change my costume, John. Don't degrade me.
Costume.
Don't-
I have my costume on too.
Yeah, you do, and you look like
My
a clown.
uniform.
Is that right?
Well,
Why don't you take your hat off, John? You look better.
Okay.
See, you didn't that feel degrading, John?
This feels nice.
But you like to be degraded. Is that right,
68 years
John?
old, balding.
Is
I
that
feel
right,
great.
John? The conversation is about degradation. Are you even following?
Oh, you want to engage with me? Is what you want?
Yep, I want to engage with you until 5 o'clock today. Is that cool? Which God, John?
The God of Jacob, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob.
Now let's talk about Abraham, John.
All right.
Okay, are you Abraham existed?
Yes.
How are you so sure that Abraham existed, John? How are you confident that Abraham existed, John?
What would a Muslim say to that?
That's a good question.
Then what would be the answer to that good question?
What would a Muslim say? I don't know. Let's get a Muslim here.
We should find a Muslim.
Yeah, do you know any Muslims?
I know quite a few.
Yeah,
but
call
I don't
'em.
know about any here.
Call them up.
I don't know their number
Why not?
because I never got their number.
Why?
But they come to me and talk to me. They're one of the most friendliest people on the streets. They respect me.
Why are we talking about that, John? You're
Because
taking
you
us off
mentioned
topic.
Abraham because Abraham is
So
their father
that's
too.
who I want to talk about is Abraham. How do you know Abraham exists? How do you know Abraham existed, John?
He's written in the history book,
Because he's written in the history books? Which history book, John?
the secular history book,
Which history books, John?
the ones about Abraham,
Which one is that, John?
the ones about the Hebrew nation.
And what do they say about Abraham?
Muslim.
What year do they say Abraham lived, John?
I'm not sure of that.
Oh, you don't know what year Abraham lived, but you're sure he lived. You don't know what year it was. Do you know sort of what century it was, John? That Abraham definitely really lived? Do you know what century it was, John?
Well, let me ask you a question.
No, answer my question. See, this is how it
No,
works.
I'm not going to ask you a question.
Okay, ask me a
then
question,
my
and
question
then
then
you will be beholden to me to answer a question, yeah? So you ask me a question, I'll answer it, and we'll trade questions. Yeah, John, are you in for this game? What's your question?
I forgot it.
Cool. Shall it be my turn then? Because I have a question.
Now I forgot it.
How are you so sure that Abraham lived, John?
I am sure because of what my study has been and the faith I have in God and the truth in God's Bible.
Is that your whole answer, John?
You can't hear my answer.
I did. You said your study because the truth in God's Bible. I heard it, John. Is that your whole answer?
Did they hear it?
Suck a dick, John. Is that your whole answer?
Did they hear it?
Did you answer my
I'm
question? Is
concerned about
this
your
your whole answer?
I'm concerned about your faith.
I know, and I've asked you to not.
So
I've asked you to
your
not,
fans,
John.
How to be saved? Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ. Because Jesus.
All right,
is the Son of
fans.
God.
John wants to
So
preach to
there's
you.
your sign
Okay,
right there.
so how long do you want to
the sign.
preach to my fans, John?
I just want to make so they'll
How
know.
long do you want to preach to my fans, John?
30 seconds.
And then I get 30 seconds to preach to you, and you're going to listen?
Yes.
Okay, go for it.
So let me get in here. How do we save? Believe on the Lord Jesus Christ. That's it. That's it. I guess it's shorter than 30 seconds.
You still, though, have 30 seconds. You can continue.
I love Mitch. I think it's really fantastic that he's here because it provides a lot of interaction for people to make their decisions. That's why I'm here, to help people make decisions. I don't care what they decide. That's their decision, not mine. They get to choose whatever they want. And if you don't want it, that's fine. I love it. I'm just here to help people make a decision. Is that 30 seconds?
Yep, shall I have 30 seconds? Cool, your book is evil. You think it's holy, but instead what it is evil, and the sign is evil because of it. And so you are an evil person because you're out here spreading evil on these streets. Evil should be opposed. And I don't know why when evil's opposed, it gets so surprised and butthurt and tells the opposition what form it should take. I'm not telling you what form you should take, I'm just telling you what's stupid about what you're doing. First of all, this is full of lies, and if you would allow me to talk you out of it, I could. The reason that I can't talk you out of it is because you'll not allow anyone, because you're so afraid that you are what you are instead of what you were that you don't want to be here, John. Well, here's the only place to be, and if you would grow the fuck up, you could be an adult with the rest of us in the real world and solve real world problems, because we need you, John. Is that 30 seconds?
So let's go back to the Bible.
Is that 30 seconds, John? Did you listen to my sermon, John? What was my sermon, John?
You're telling me that I am evil based
Nope.
on your opinion.
Nope.
Everything I'm doing
Is evil because?
of that Bible.
Because the Bible's evil. I wasn't telling you you're evil, John. I was telling you the shit you're saying is evil. Isn't that right?
Boy, that's really a twisting of words.
Is it? Is it, John? Or is that exactly what I was trying to explain to you?
Well,
Now
I
listen
know,
to
but
what you were
listen to
saying.
this.
You were saying Jesus can save you from hell, and you love me even though you don't know what love is.
I do.
What is love, John?
So I'm laying my life
What
down
is
for you.
love, John?
If I didn't love you, Mitch, I would roll up my stuff
What
and goes to another
is
corner.
love, John?
So I'm laying my life down for you. That's my love for you
John,
and your fans.
John, I am not asking for an
I'm not getting
example
paid
of
to
love.
do this.
John, neither am I.
Makes two of us.
Cool. I'm not asking
Okay.
for an example of love.
You're
I'm
asking
asking
for
for
the
a definition of love. What is love, John?
The love is God so loved the world that He gave. So giving is the definition of love. I'm giving you my time, and therefore you love me because you're giving me your time.
You got it, John. You did get it.
I did it.
Yep. Yep.
I'm not too good in
I
this.
thought you were going to miss it. I really did. I thought you did not know what love is. But it's not me that you're giving it to, John. It's your God. It's not me you love. It's your God. Now.
It says to love people.
Yeah, He tells you to, but you do it because He tells you to. Listen. What are the first two rules? What are the first two rules? First of all, I'm going to fix you a little bit, John, because you were right about that. What are the first two rules? The first two laws, the big ones. Like, guys, if there was only one law, what would it be?
To love God. With all your soul, mind, body, and strength. And the second is like the first. Love yourself as your neighbor. Or
It's a
love your
lie.
neighbor as yourself.
That's a lie, John. Now, let me tell you the truth. The one and only
your
law.
truth.
No.
Your truth.
No, John.
Your truth, Mitch, how you see it.
No, John.
Yes, Mitch.
The truth.
No.
The truth that you are lacking.
Okay, you tell me.
Why are you... Your truth is this. You reject that, don't you, John?
No,
This
I
is
don't.
your truth.
That's my truth.
Yeah, and it's not true.
To you.
No. Not true.
It is true.
No, it's your truth. It's what you
This
have
is
in
your
place of
non-truth.
truth.
This is your non-truth.
So you made it...
This is your non-evil. This is your evil book.
That is evil.
And it's my holy book.
You believe it's holy, but you don't know how to justify it.
I even put the Holy Bible.
So it must be holy. If you could write holy on it, it must
So
be
to
true.
you is the evil book.
Yes, to me it is.
So both books.
So how can we know who's correct? Objectively, how can we find out, John?
How can we find out?
How can we find out who's correct? One person said it's the evil Bible,
And the other
and
person
one
says
person
it's the
says it's the Holy Bible.
Right.
So how would they prove it to a third party? What would good arguments be to a third party, John?
I'm not going to answer that.
Why? Why aren't you going to answer
The
it?
Fifth Amendment. No, because my answer won't make sense to you.
Because of its nonsense?
No,
Because
it
you
takes
don't know
faith.
how to say it?
And faith is the substance of things hoped for, and the evidence of things
John, do
not
Muslims have
seen.
faith?
We all
John,
have
do
faith.
oh, okay.
We all have to have a little bit of faith.
So do I
otherwise
have
it's-
faith,
So
John?
how would a Muslim prove that the Quran is correct?
That's a good question,
I'm looking
John.
forward to a Muslim walking by.
I think though that if a Muslim walked
Do you
up to
believe
me,
in the Quran?
do I believe that the Quran exists?
No, is it true?
Is the Quran true? What do you
Or
mean?
evil? Is it holy or evil?
It is both, John.
Oh, then mine's both too. Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so what religious book on the planet
Yeah.
do you
Yep.
have
Yes.
as a holy book?
Okay. That, John, is a nonsense question.
Nonsense?
Yeah, you remember earlier when I
You
was
don't believe
asking
in any religion.
John, do you remember earlier when I was asking you a question 12 times in a row and then you said that question is invalid?
Oh yeah, but you're talking about if
The
I love.
question that you just asked is invalid. Now, let's go back and look at the question.
I accept that.
Good. Now, what was the question?
My question I just asked.
The invalid question.
So the invalid question.
Yes.
What holy book do you believe in?
Do you see why it's invalid? Why? Why don't you see?
I do. I see. I see it because you don't believe there is such of a.
Because
thing
you're
as a holy
implying
book.
that there is a holy book. Where do you get that implication? Where do you get that?
Because of all the religions in the world, most religions have a book,
Great. Who cares?
and most of those religions believe that book is holy.
And you're believing them by saying the true religion must have a holy book.
Not true religion. Any religion.
No.
Any religion normally has a holy book.
John, your question is, what then is the true scripture?
No, that wasn't my question. See, you
Okay.
keep putting words in my mouth.
No, I'm trying to
And you
paraphrase.
just twist
Cool.
my words around.
I
because
don't
you
mean
listen
to.
either.
I'm trying to paraphrase.
No, you just don't listen to me. I asked you a question, you didn't answer it.
Because it's invalid, John, and you accepted
Well,
it.
you asked me to ask it again. A second
I know, because we were trying to figure out what's invalid about it.
So, what's invalid probably
Is that
be
you're implying that there is a scripture that is true.
I
Your
didn't say
question implies that.
that. No,
Just like
it implies one's holy and one's not holy.
they're all not holy, John, they're all evil.
So you're not a spiritual person.
I am a spiritual person, John. Here I am doing spiritual things.
What spiritual book do you believe in? Do you take your
John,
beliefs from?
that question is invalid. Do you understand
You
why?
have no books whatsoever. You don't read at all.
I don't call any book holy, John.
Is it unholy or is it evil?
They're both. They're both.
So you read an evil, unholy book,
Yeah, and so do you, John.
and that book is what?
Every book.
What is? Well, give me three of them.
The Bible, the Quran, the Book of Mormon, evil and unholy, and
But
and
how can you
holy.
mention a book that's in India and someplace else? And
Because I'm mentioning three books that you understand.
I understand that.
Cool. That's why I chose those three books because I assumed you'd be familiar with them. Those three books are evil and true.
Mitch, I love this.
No, you don't.
absolutely
Again, you
love
hate it. Every time you do that, you're
love
gaslighting
it,
yourself
man.
because your God teaches you to gaslight yourself.
It gets me excited.
No, it fucking makes you nervous
Why do
and
you have to tell me I'm not telling the truth?
because I'm trying to show you how much your God has taught you to lie in every one of your sentences. You lie all day long and you
I
can't
would
even
rather not be
notice.
anywhere but right here with you.
Well, then why didn't you come over to my house last week? Yeah. If you wanted to be with me, why didn't you come over to my place?
Well, you didn't invite me.
You're invited to my house at all times, John, to talk about how your book is evil.
Oh,
So why aren't you there?
I don't have time. I work 6.5 days.
Wait, you do what? 6.5 days?
I work 6.5
You
days.
work?
This is work.
Or you waste your time?
No, I work
Okay, how can we tell if it's work, John?
because my feet are getting tired.
Cool. So if
My
your feet
body's
get tired, it's
tired.
work. So all these people who live in the street, are they working?
lot of them work.
So
Yeah.
you're doing work like street people are doing work.
I'm doing work as an advertiser. I'm a street advertiser. I'm advertising for Jesus.
Cool.
Anybody who's looking to buy Jesus can see where my shop is.
And how much does Jesus cost, John?
It's free.
Is it free, John? Is Jesus free?
Yeah, Jesus is free.
You just have to give your whole life, is that right?
That's a choice.
It's a choice. It's a free choice. Give away your life. So Jesus is free and it only costs you your whole life. Is that what free means to you, John?
So you're adding words together.
Am
you're
I?
adding phrases.
Cool,
and you're
cool.
putting your belief with what I just said.
Uh-huh.
And you don't keep my statement separate from yours. You take my statement, mix it with your statement, with all your beliefs.
Cool, and you don't like me doing that, and so
then you
we're
tell me
both gonna
that's what
stop.
I said, and that's not what I said.
So what does God require of his people, John? To get to heaven. And again, to get to heaven. Because there's nobody, John, who would choose not heaven. There is nobody.
You have to believe.
So,
That's how you get to heaven.
and that's
Believe
it.
on
So
Jesus
I can do
Christ.
this even if I believe in Jesus Christ. I can behave exactly as I am if I believe in him.
Nope.
So then that's not it.
Because you don't believe.
Just believe what?
Because when you believe in the Lord Jesus Christ,
Yep.
you become a new creature in Christ.
Oh, okay. So you have to become a new creature in Christ.
You don't have to be, no.
Yes, to get to heaven, you have to. So that no right
don't
there,
wanna
I want
go
you
to
to
heaven.
wait. Stop. I
You
want
don't
you
want to go to heaven.
say that again.
You don't want to go to heaven.
Say that again.
That's why. So it's
Who
okay.
told you that I don't want to go to heaven?
Based on your
Who
words.
told you that? Who
did.
told? When?
When you said, I
John,
don't
you're putting
believe-
words in my mouth.
You said, I don't
John,
believe.
you're putting words in my mouth.
No, you said this is an evil book.
It is an evil book.
And that book tells you how to get to heaven.
No, it
And you
doesn't. It
say
tells you
It
lies.
says it's evil.
It
So
is evil.
therefore, You don't believe that book.
I believe that that book is evil.
And that book tells you how to get to heaven.
No, it doesn't. It tells you mythology.
It doesn't.
Did you read the Odyssey?
Yes.
That
Long
book
time ago.
tells you how to get to Hades, right?
I don't remember the book. I just remember
Oh my
reading
God. Okay.
it. I don't read books like that. You do.
You don't read books like that?
Do you believe there's a
You don't
hell?
read books like that?
Do you believe there's a hell?
No, there's not hell, John.
So if there's no hell, there's no God.
That's no. Where did you get that? Where did you get that,
Because
John?
God created hell.
Did he?
Yeah.
Which God created hell, John?
Creator.
Which God created hell, John?
God of Abraham.
And why did the God of Abraham create hell, John?
It's a holy place
For what, John?
for non-believers. So
Why did he create non-believers, John?
He didn't create non-believers.
Didn't he? Are there non-believers, John?
There are non-believers.
Did God create those people?
God created the people.
Then did God create non-believers, John?
God created the choice to believe or not to believe.
Why did God create the choice, John?
Because God gave us a free will.
Why
to
did
begin-
God give us free will, John?
Answer it.
No, not he
God gave us
did.
a free will.
Why?
Why? Is because He wanted people who would love Him without being like a controlling robot.
Why?
Because He wants free. It's like our children.
Why does he want that,
You
John?
have children?
I have children.
So you want your children to love you.
You don't know what I want, John.
Huh?
You can tell me about your children. You don't know what I want. You say, I want my children. That's how you can phrase that sentence. Don't say you want your children. Say, I want my children. Go back to that sentence and
Let me
repeat
rephrase it to know.
I would appreciate it.
Fathers, typically, a loving father.
Bring it on over. Let's talk about it. No, I'm just going to talk to you about how wrong this guy is. This guy is crazy. He's preaching lies and hate. I'm trying to oppose him.
Are you against it too?
I'm against Jesus because I think Jesus lied.
But the guy's name is Lord Stephen Christ, and he wants to make the Pope step down.
I hope so.
Yeah, look him up.
I will. Be safe.
Look it up.
So where were we, John?
I don't know.
Oh, you're not keeping track of where we are? It's a very important part of this. Your God decided there shall be free will. Why?
Because
Why did your God need free will? Can you answer the question?
I will if you shut up.
You'll sermonize and you won't answer the question. Nice try, though. Go ahead.
So He wanted to create free will because He wanted people who would love Him freely without ordering them. Like a dog can't freely love. They're programmed to love. Same way He created angels. The reason He created Satan was to test the angels. If they would love God without being told to love me. Freely love, freely love him. And so Satan is now on earth testing all the people. Will they love God without being told to love God?
Cool.
I mean,
You're not
something like
answering the question.
I thought I
Why?
did. It's freedom of choice.
Why does he want that? You said
Free
because
choice.
he wants it. Why does he want it?
Why does
Why
God want
is
that?
it valuable to have freedom and choice in your creations? Why is that something that God demanded of his creation?
You ask good questions.
I know, questions that you don't have answers to.
I do.
Then what is the answer to the question, why did God need his creation to have free will?
He didn't need to do it.
Yes, he did.
No, he didn't.
Then why did he do it?
Because he's a loving God.
So he wanted
Love
to.
provides freedom of choice.
What did he love before he created anything? What did he love? Before he created anything, what did he love? Before he created
Before he
anything,
created anything,
what did he love?
What did he love? He is love.
What
God is
did
love.
no? What is love?
God.
No, you said it earlier.
God
What
is love.
it no. You said it earlier. What is love, John? You're changing your definition. I asked you your definition earlier and you gave me
Giving. Giving.
So before he created anything, what did he love?
Giving.
No, nothing. You can't even follow your math.
There's no such thing as nothing in God.
Before God created anything, what was there?
God.
And nothing. Jesus Christ, John. Before your God created anything, what existed?
Heaven. And God. And the angels. God created the angels.
Did God create the angels? Before he created the angels, what existed?
That's not in the Bible. How do I know that? How would I answer that since I don't know the answer?
Because of its
says-
math,
the Bible
John.
says
Because
God
it's
is,
math and logic.
and it was never created. It
Before
always was.
God created anything that wasn't God, there was God and nothing else.
There was God.
And so whilst there was only God, what was there for God to love?
Himself.
So God loved himself.
Because that's what he told us.
Did God love himself before he created anything?
I would think so.
Did God love before he created anything?
I would think so because God had.
And what was there to love, John?
I don't know what was.
Only himself.
I don't know that. How can I answer something that I don't know?
Who created this world?
The Creator.
There, you just did. You answered something you don't know.
Oh, I do know that.
No. You don't. You believe it. How can you answer something you don't know?
You can prove it too.
Prove it.
You can prove.
Prove it.
Okay,
How do you prove it? How can you prove it?
When something is over something else, the thing that's over that something else is the designer or the creator of that thing that's below it.
Is it?
Like you created your costume.
So if I can show
you're the
you
creator of
something
your
that's
costume.
opposite of that, would it
You're the
disprove your
creator of
theory?
the costume.
I understand.
So all
I'm
this is
I'm asking you how to disprove it. I understand your theory.
Okay.
So if I could show you a place where something is over something else and it didn't create it, will it disprove your theory? Then will you not know?
Probably so.
Cool. So all we have to do is find one of those, right?
What would that
Have
be?
you looked for them? Have you looked for a thing above
have,
another
yes.
thing and see if it's created
And I
it?
really haven't found anything actually.
How far did you search, John? Where did you
I
search?
searched the insects. I searched the molecules. I searched the cells of the body,
That's right.
and I searched small as that the atoms. I searched everything I could find, and it looks like when you go up one level, that one level controls the level.
What do you mean by
below
up one level?
it. Up one level.
What do you mean by up? Like physically up in the air?
Higher.
Higher in the air? What do you mean, John?
Higher.
You're using poetic language to mean words that those leaves are higher. Did they design me, John?
No,
The-
but they're,
are they
they're
higher?
controlling the shade.
Are
over
they
you.
higher than me,
They're
John?
higher than you.
So you're talking about literally above. So you're saying that the planes are controlling these trees?
The planes.
Yeah, the planes flying higher than we are. Are they controlling us, John?
Yeah, they put smoke. They control us. Yeah, they do in a sense. Because they
Are you trying to
create
make a
the
joke,
noise,
John?
They create the chemtrails. They create smog. They create problems.
So they're interacting with us and you're calling that controlling?
Well, I don't know.
Cool. So the things under you control as well, because I'm controlling them with the laws that we're making.
You control yourself being there.
Yeah, and the small things are controlling us because the diseases inside of me make me ill. So it seems like this up goes down as well. Is that correct?
No.
No?
Because that's a phrase that's in the satanic world.
Oh, you're in the satanic world, John. That book has all the words of Satan in it that exist. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. My name's Satan.
And his words.
So what was Satan's name before Satan?
Are the words of Satan in that book?
The word, yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When he talked to Jesus.
Yeah, his words. The words of Satan are in that book. When else are the words of Satan in that book?
It's in the book of Job.
Yeah.
We have some words of Satan.
So Satan's all over that book, isn't he?
All over it, quite a bit in.
So that's a satanic book, isn't it?
But it's also a godly book.
Thank you. So it's holy and evil.
It's not evil. It's
Oh,
holy.
the words of Satan are not evil?
Yeah, because God rules
So the
over
words of Satan are not evil.
Satan serves God.
Are the words of Satan evil, John Shuck?
The words of Satan. Let me think about that.
Do think about it, John, as long as you need to think about the question, are the words of Satan evil?
I would say yes.
You would say yes? What would the Bible say? The Bible says they're holy.
Doesn't say that.
It says right on the cover, the Holy Bible, and it contains the words of Satan.
Holy Bible. Contains the words of Satan.
So it says the words of Satan
It
are
actually
holy.
contains a quote.
Of
Satan.
words of Satan. So there are words of Satan in that book, yeah?
Yes.
And you parade it around as if it's holy.
Yeah, because that's an example.
What's an example?
And Satan is the god of this world.
No, he's not. He's not a god. What do you mean when you say God?
Ruling.
Cool. Then say
Authority.
king. Say king then. Don't say God, because it's a sort of different word.
No,
Because
the Bible
God
says he's
is
called
the
the god of this world.
Well, the Bible is wrong.
Well,
So
not
I'm
me,
sorry.
God.
I know, but I'm trying to clean up your language because it is wrong.
But see, your language is just as dirty. It needs cleaning too.
So clean it, John,
I
and
know.
I'll clean
Well,
yours.
you clean
So
your
we'll
own.
clean each other, John, out here in
You
the
have to be
street.
responsible for your own actions.
As do you, John.
I am
And you have to be responsible for this hate speech you're preaching in these streets.
I love it, man.
You lie,
I
John.
love it.
John,
I should be recording this too.
I know you should. Why don't you get out your hardware? You can do it. I'll wait for you. I'm going to be here until 5. Get your hardware out. Let's talk.
I don't have an ongoing.
Well, let's just record it
I'm hoping
until
I
you
can
run out.
Watch yours.
You can watch mine.
In fact, I'll put it on my YouTube channel.
Do. Here's some chat. I've seen a lot of people, Meridian Heights. Yeah, Dr. K, thanks for coming by.
Everything. You're the perfect man.
Nathan Mercer.
We love you so much, Mitch. You're the perfect voice. We love you. We love you.
Big Daddy News. Nathan Mercer, JP Jr. Thanks for coming by. Thanks for joining us for season 9 of Street Talk Show here. We're gonna hopefully get a lot of these street preachers down in this fucking glorious summer here, having a look at how beautiful it is. Today is Friday, which is of course the holy day. I do have to confess that I've not eaten. Maybe I should go eat some food before I talk too much more to the sky, but let's give it a shot. What were you talking about, John Shuck?
About how dirty we are.
About how dirty you are.
And you too.
And you too.
Yeah, and me too.
Cool. So you're dirty. You understand that?
And you're dirty. Do you understand that?
Yep.
Okay, so we both understand we're dirty.
That's correct. And whose responsibility is it to clean it up, John?
Ours.
Our own responsibility. That's correct. And let's pretend there's something that we can't clean up ourselves, John. How then shall we do it?
Ask God for help.
What if he can't, John?
Well, that would be a lie.
No.
Yes,
What
yes,
if he
yes.
can't, John? What if it is true that he can't? I'm not saying what if somebody tells you he can't? That would be a lie. What I'm saying is, what if it were true that he cannot, John?
Put a lot of ifs in your. What's the purpose of all these ifs?
You put a lot of ifs as well. You say, if this book is holy.
I didn't say if though. It is holy.
If this book is holy,
No,
what
you
you're saying
say
is
that.
true.
No, this book is holy.
Cool.
And
You
it's the
are
Word of
wrong.
God.
So that's the point, John. The reason I'm putting ifs there is so that you can use your empathy to understand what I'm saying. But you are
to
being
confuse
defensive. What?
To confuse me.
No.
you're a
To
lot
engage
smarter
your
than me.
empathy. I know I'm a
You
lot
are
smarter
so
than you,
much
John.
higher
You don't have to tell me that
intelligence
for me to know that. But
it's just
why are you
clear
telling
to
me that? You think I don't know that, John? Who are you saying that for? Me or you?
I just want to build you up and let you
Why?
know that you're smart.
Why would you want to let me know? You think I don't know that, John?
Well, that's kind of self-centered, but I want to let you know.
John,
from
are
another
you
person.
smart? John, are
I'm a
you
little
smart? And do you
but
know
you're
that?
smarter.
And do you know that, John?
You're smarter.
That's a bit self-centered of you, John.
But you're smarter.
Because yourself
I'm just telling you that.
is centered inside of you. Isn't that correct? Where is yourself, John?
Myself is in my spirit.
And where is your spirit, John?
The Bible says out of your belly.
So is it internal to you?
It's internal.
So is yourself centered in your body?
Is my self-centered in my body? Yes.
So you are self-centered?
See how you twist the words?
What do you mean twist the words, John?
You put this word with this word, which makes this word, and then all of a sudden, it's something that didn't begin.
Is that right?
So that's called manipulation.
Is it, John? Or did
That's
you
what you're
say
doing.
that I was self-centered as if it was a
I didn't
bad
say
thing?
self-centered.
And that
I didn't say you're self-centered. That's the words that you put in my mouth. Because you constantly twist my words. and
I thought you
manipulate
said
them.
with your mouth self-centered, John, and we can go back to the record and see
Sure,
if you
go
said
ahead.
self-centered.
Sure, go ahead.
And if you
I dare
did,
you to.
you were wrong again.
No, I'm
and
not
if you
wrong.
did not say self-centered, then I was wrong again, which happens all the time. How often are you wrong, John?
Often.
How often are you wrong about the Bible, John?
0.
How often are you wrong about the Bible, John? 0.
Let me phrase that.
Scream it.
No,
Be proud of how wrong you are. Scream your wrong answers,
you don't
John.
really want me to answer any of your questions.
I do want you to answer my
Okay, so here's the
questions,
answer.
John.
I am
Your
wrong.
accusation that I don't want you to is a lie.
you keep talking.
You lied.
And
Do
you
you understand
then
that you
when I start
lied?
talking,
You
you
said
talking over
you
me.
accused me of not wanting you to answer my questions. Do you remember that? That was a lie, John.
It's not.
It is a lie.
Because your actions
the
are proving
questions
your
that I
truth.
ask you will move you closer to the truth,
No.
and that's what I want from you.
You don't-
One of the
you
questions I
hear
want you to
yourself
ask.
talk.
What?
You want to hear yourself talk. You
No,
want to
John,
convince
I want
me
you to
of
hear me
my-
talk. John,
that I'm
I
supposed
want
to
you
believe
to
what
hear me.
You want
John,
me to believe
the
what you
person
want
that I
me to
want to
believe?
hear me is you.
No, you want your audience. Does your audience pay you? Do you have enough followings to create? Yeah, you have ads on your YouTube, so you're creating income by doing this. So you're making money doing off.
What are you doing right now, John? You're accusing me of money.
So yeah, because that's what you're doing right now. You're
Right.
creating an income.
You're calling me
by-
a bad guy by doing
No,
that,
you're
right?
not a bad guy,
But that's what you're doing right now.
I'm
The
just,
work that you're doing is
highlighting the fact
to
that I'm
degrade
making zero
me.
money from this, and you're making dollars.
John,
Why don't
you
give
make
me the
zero money
dollars?
from this because you're so fucking bad at it, you
So,
dipshit.
If you would give me
You
the
make
money,
no money because you
If-
suck at it.
you can
How
give me
long
the
you been
money.
doing this, John?
you'd give
How
me-
long? You're really terrible at it. You have no following because you're bad at preaching. Do you want to be good at it? I'll teach you how to be good at
Why
it.
do you put me down so much?
Because you put me down. You were saying that I was a bad guy because I'm making money. You were trying to make yourself
I didn't
look
say a bad guy.
virtuous.
I didn't say you were
You
a
were
bad
trying to make
guy.
yourself look virtuous by saying how little money you make. But you know the reason you make little money isn't because you haven't asked for it, because you're bad at it. You can't make money with this, John. You tried.
You are such a sad man. I appreciate.
Is it true you tried to make money with this, John?
I don't try to make money, with it,
Yeah, are you trying to start a church, John?
but I'm not trying to make
Are you
money.
trying to start a church,
I'm trying
John?
to start a church.
Will people donate
And
to
I'm
that
not
church,
trying.
John? Will
I'm
people
actually
donate to
doing
that
it.
church, John?
I
Will
am
people
doing
donate
it.
to that church, John, when it's
See?
built? Will people donate to that church,
You
John?
keep taking words and putting them in my mouth. I'm
What
not
words?
trying. I am doing it. I am building
Great.
God a church.
Cool, you said that 3 times. Will people donate to the church when you build it, John?
It's because it's
Will
yes.
people don't?
Yes. There. How does
And
it
will you make money when they donate to the church, John?
I don't
Will
need to
you
make
make
that.
money when they donate to the church, John? Do you understand the sentence? Do you understand the logic that I walked from here to there to show that, again, you're a hypocrite? You're accusing me of things that you have tried? Do you see that I did it
make
again?
money.
You wish you make money,
I
but you're
make
so
money.
bad at it you can't.
How do you know that?
Because I looked at your channel, John! I listened to you, John! Do you listen to me, John?
I think everything.
Because I care, John. This is my city, John. These are my people. Because I care. I'm real. I am a real street preacher, John. And I'm trying to change this world with good and truth. And I oppose hate and lies.
But that's a lie.
What is a lie, John?
The statements you just made.
Which statement that I made was a lie?
You're trying to change it into
Which
truth.
statement was a lie, John? Which of those statements was a lie? Which of the statements was not true, John? All of them? I am a street preacher. Here I am on the street.
That's true.
Preaching. Okay, so not all of them. Not all of them. Did you say all of them?
Yeah, that was
So that was a lie.
that was accidental.
Oh, an accidental lie.
I apologize.
You did lie.
Yes, I lied.
Oh, that's a lot of ifs there, John. That's a lot of ifs. I don't know if I can really go along with this. Are you? You copying me? So you understand satire then?
I guess I would.
Yeah, John.
Satire is mimicking.
Is it?
I don't know.
No, you don't. But you understand it.
I understand, but don't know what it is.
Yeah. It's kind of like a mirror, John. It's kind of like a mirror.
Satire is like a mirror.
Yeah, a lot like a mirror. And in it, you see what you want to see. A lot like that book right there. It's very reflective. It reflects the self back to it. People are very self-selective when they choose which parts of that book to believe. And you're doing it. The thing that it's reflecting is you, John, not your God. Your God's mythology, I can prove it to you. Could you prove a God is fake without the Bible, John?
Can you say it one more time?
Can you prove that somebody believes in a false God without using the Bible, John?
Yes.
How would you do that?
Look in the mirror.
You would tell people to look in the mirror, continue,
And
then they wouldn't believe in the false God anymore? Is that it?
No, they believe that there is a God.
If someone
Or no,
believed in
let
a
me rephrase
false
that.
God,
They
John,
would believe that there is a higher designer. There's some sort of a designer. Or
what would disprove that to you, John? What would disprove that to you? Would I have to show you flaws in the creation to sort of disprove that it was designed? How could I disprove that idea?
well, that wouldn't disprove it because I already know this.
What would disprove it? What would? Are you scientific at all? Do you have a scientific mind? No? Do you hate science?
No.
Did you know that they touched the moon, John?
They touched the moon.
Yeah. Have you
I
seen?
have to believe. I don't know. I wasn't
Have you
there.
seen a total eclipse, John?
Yes.
You've seen a total solar eclipse?
No, because you're not supposed to look.
But
right.
have you been
But
there?
I've
Have you
seen
witnessed?
pictures of it.
Cool. Have you been to a place where there was totality?
Yes.
Have you been there?
Moon eclipse. I mean.
No, solar eclipse, John. Have you been there? There was one in 2017. Did you go?
Yes, I was in. Where was I? I was in Boulder. And we were outside and it got really dark.
Yeah. But was it totality here?
It wasn't totally black.
Not totality.
No, it was just.
There's going to be totality in 2024. That's the future,
Says you?
says I. Yeah. Do you think I'm right or do you think I'm wrong, John?
I have no idea. I don't know.
Cool. I say there will be one. I say it shall be on April 8th in the afternoon.
What time in the afternoon?
About 3-ish, maybe 3:30, I don't really recall. How right am I, John?
Oh, I have no idea.
If we go to that place, would it prove something?
We can't go because it's in the future.
If you and I in the future were at that place, what would it prove?
But either you told the truth or a lie.
So, how would we determine if it was the truth and how would we determine if it was a lie?
By observation.
By observation. Will you do that with me? Will you go to this place?
2024.
2024.
I can't guarantee that.
I know.
I don't know where I'll be.
You're going to be in Dallas in 2024 so that we can watch the total solar eclipse. Are you coming?
Oh, probably not.
Why?
Because I don't have a.
Because you don't want to see
I don't want to have a desire.
how true
I don't want to have a-
what I'm saying is.
Oh,
Can you predict total solar
I don't
eclipses,
wanna-
John?
There's nothing.
Can
about
you
Mitch.
predict?
The only thing I want about you, Mitch,
Yeah.
is to receive Jesus Christ as your Savior before you die.
Cool. If you can prove that he's my savior, I shall.
Yeah. So.
Can you prove it?
That's my desire for you, Mitch.
Cool.
And for all your fans and
Would
audience.
you like to hear my desire for you, John?
I know you've already told me.
Would
many
you like
times.
to hear it? Because you
Yes,
fucking
go ahead.
told yours again to me, so I'll tell yours.
Hey, I want to thank you.
Hey, what's your name, coward? Hey, look me in the eye, you fucking coward. What's your name?
Close off, devil.
Suck a dick.
Way to go.
Why don't you suck a dick, you coward? Hey, cuck, why don't you run back to Jesus so he can fuck your wife some more?
That obscenity is really nasty.
So is your sign.
This is obscenity.
It is.
It's not.
It's obscenity. Your sign is really nasty. It's obscenity. So my language is obscenity only to you,
This is
John.
Quiet.
Oh, no, it's not, John. It's screaming. There's exclamation points. It's full caps, dipshit. It's quiet. It's not. It screams the word of God. Fucking holy. Jesus is the only way. That shit's not quiet, John. You're not quiet. You're screaming, you fuckface. You're screaming obscenity. Do you understand?
I understand you have a foul mouth.
So do you.
And you are degrading me.
So do you. Your foul mouth is degrading me, John.
Well, leave. It's a free world. You can walk down the street.
So you can stand here and degrade people with your foul mouth.
If you were here first, I would have to leave.
Oh,
Yeah.
So you're telling me I have to leave?
No.
You did. You said.
You have freedom
If.
of movement.
You said if.
If you.
And now remember, we don't like ifs, but go ahead.
I don't
If I were here first, you would have to.
leave.
Have to. You said it.
I would, yeah, I'd have to leave.
So the math.
But then what would
Suggests-
you do? Come follow me? If I went across the street.
Hey, shit, does it
You
say in there?
follow-
Does that
follow
shit
me.
say come follow me? Does that shit say that I should?
Don't follow me, follow Jesus.
And you got them crossed up on here? So you don't want me to follow you, John? I asked you when I arrived here if I can stand here and talk to you until you're done today, and you said that's perfectly fine with me, as if I needed your permission, John. Thank you for again
But I don't like-
restating the First Amendment.
I don't like the words of degrading me.
I don't like your words of degradation, John.
Assault.
I don't like. You're insulting all of us.
I didn't say assault. You're verbally assaulting.
There's no such thing as verbal assault. What the
says?
fuck is that?
Who says?
You claim there's such a thing as verbal assault? Well, cool. What are the laws on verbal assault, John?
That's how people get divorced.
Because of verbal assault?
Yeah,
I think people get divorced because they don't want to live with each other anymore, John.
that's your opinion.
That is my opinion, John.
Yeah.
People who don't want to live with each other anymore should get divorced. Do you agree, John? Do you agree with that, John?
No.
Cool. You degraded me. That's obscene. Do you understand?
But
You're
it's
like,
not-
but it's not obscene to me.
It's not profane.
It is profane. This is profane.
Cursing is putting curses on. This is not a curse.
Damned? Delivered? You think that's not a curse?
So I put damned out. Let me explain that because
Cool. This is not a curse, he says. There's two curses.
Grayed out.
Who wants to be
you
saved?
can't click on it. I thought that was pretty cool. I grayed it out so you can't click on it because most of this generation, when things are grayed out on the internet, you can't click on it. So I don't want anybody to click on that. Damn.
John,
That's
you've
a
explained
Bible
that
verse.
joke 4 times.
Because it's Mark 16, 15,
John,
20.
you've explained that joke 4 times. Jokes are
not
not
a
funny
joke.
if you have to explain it.
Reality is what I did. That's what
John,
my
you
reasoning
made a
was.
joke and then you explained
It's
it to me 4
reasoning.
times.
Here, show you my reasoning is a joke to you. My reasoning is a joke to you. How can we have an intelligent conversation if my reasoning is a joke to you?
You delivered a joke here, John. If you don't believe
It's
that,
not a joke.
then you don't understand what jokes are, John.
It's not a joke.
You don't know what
It's my
jokes
own
are.
reasoning why I did
You don't know what a joke is, John. You don't know what mocking is. You don't know what degradation is. You don't know what hate is. What is hate?
I can tell you that.
What is hate?
What is Denver?
Denver is our city, John, and we should love it.
And what city are we in? Well, I mean, we're in Denver, but
This is our city, John.
we're in what state are we in?
This is Colorado. John,
And what country are we in?
this is the United States of America, John. Where are you going?
And what planet are we on?
This is the planet Earth, John. Where are we
And what
going?
galaxy are we in?
I don't know the answer to that, John.
You don't know the galaxy?
This is our galaxy, John. Where are you going with this? Where are you going with this, John? I don't know what the galaxy calls itself, John. Do you?
Yeah, the astronomers gave it a name.
The astronomers gave it a name, but what does the galaxy call itself, John?
It doesn't.
You don't know.
We,
Say I don't know.
We call it the Milky Way galaxy.
Some of us do.
Well, you don't have to call us anything.
Thank you.
No, I don't have to call
Where are
you
you
Mitch
headed
either.
with any of this, John? I'm
I don't have to
following
call
you
you
nowhere.
Mitch.
You
I
don't.
can call you Fred.
You sure could, John. But that wouldn't make it my name, would it? Okay. So you can call the Creator Yahweh as much as you want.
I don't call him Yahweh.
You can call him whatever you want, but you're wrong about his name. And that makes you a fool and that makes you evil. Saying you know the name of the Creator when you don't is an evil act. Do you understand? Do you understand?
I understand.
Cool. And so you are only doing good if you're right about that book.
I'm doing good. And I
You
know
are
that
only doing good if you're correct about that book.
I am correct.
You are either doing good or evil, and the determiner is whether you're correct about that
I
book.
actually do both.
You are either doing a great
I do
good
and I
here
do evil.
or a great
And
evil
would be
here.
sin.
Depending on whether or not you are correct about the holiness of that book.
My bad.
John, why are you trying not to understand? I answered your questions all the way to the galaxy, and you went nowhere. You went nowhere with that.
I didn't finish.
Finish.
Who created the? Okay, so where's the Milky Way at? Where's that galaxy that we're in? Whatever name that is.
It's here and now. Other than that, I don't know what you
location
mean.
is it?
Right here and now.
That's not an answer.
It is an answer.
What is the location of that galaxy?
This galaxy's location is right here.
Oh, this is Earth.
Relative to what?
Relative to the, well, remember I told you what city, what state, we were going out, 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 out?
Yes.
So that's called reasoning. And you didn't want to go any further than the galaxy. And all of a sudden you said the galaxy is here, back in Denver.
No,
So
this
Denver's the
location.
galaxy? Denver's not the galaxy. I mean, how foolish can you be, Mitch? Wake up to the truth that God is the creator.
This is your great argument.
No, I'm just
Continue.
saying, so let's go further.
This is your number one argument?
No, it's not number one. I didn't
What's
say
your number
you
one
said
argument?
number
then?
one.
What's your number one argument then?
You
Let's
put
go there.
words in my mouth, Mitch.
What did you just
And
do,
you
John?
twist it.
What did you just try to do, John?
Well, that's called being a person. We all do it.
That was your
And
big
you
move.
do it too, right?
You're like, this
Do you
galaxy's
do it
Denver?
too? Do you agree that you put words in my mouth?
I already have agreed to that, John. And then you also agreed to it, and
I
then you
agree.
unagreed to it.
No, I agree.
No, you
If I
agree
I
again.
want to agree.
Yeah, after you unagree.
Well, sometimes I'll go back and forth.
Sometimes or all day long with definitions, John.
Oh, it could be all day long.
It's going to be all day long until 5 o'clock, John.
Yep.
So your big move was to be like,
No, so what? So where's the galaxy at?
that's the question is invalid.
What's the next?
The question is invalid.
Okay, so once it gets out valid, we can't go any further then.
That's right. And who made up the invalid rule? Who made up the
I
rule?
think I did.
Yeah. So you hate that rule now? We can remove it if you think it's no good.
fine.
Have you heard of the Flying Spaghetti Monster?
Yes, I know.
I'm a preacher of the Flying Spaghetti Monster. I like to come out and find street preachers and oppose to them. John Choque comes out here every first Friday. Usually he's preaching up in Boulder.
I just wanted to listen to y'all's conversation for a minute.
Definitely we'll get back to it. You can check me out on YouTube as well.
YouTube also.
You want to give him
my
your card? Yeah, give him your card there, John.
Well, he used to walk over here.
Does he?
Yes.
Because you can't walk over there?
I'm not walking over there.
Why? Because that's too far, John?
Nope, that's not what I do.
Oh,
I want people to engage with me,
you... Cool.
not me engage with them.
So you don't count this as you engaging with them?
This is a tool of them beginning to engage with me.
Or is this a tool of you engaging with them, John? See, what happens, John, is you come out here and yell really loud,
I don't yell
and then you
loud.
pretend that you
I'm
didn't.
quiet.
This is very loud and disrespectful, John.
That's your definition,
Thank you.
not my definition.
Oh, and your definition is this is not loud. Your definition is this speech is not loud speech.
Correct.
Cool. Is this speech loud speech?
No,
Huh.
it's quiet.
It's quiet speech, peaceful speech. What about the times when he said, kill thine enemies in front of me? What about that time? Who said that? Bring mine enemies before me and kill them. Who said that?
You tell me.
No, I'm asking you. It's your book.
Well,
I seem
God
to recall,
said that.
probably
God
God.
killed a lot of people because he's the boss.
Is he?
So when you
Who made him the boss?
So he's the boss. So
Is
when
he?
you go to your yard,
Says who?
I'm trying to give you an example.
I don't want an example. I want an answer to the question. Who
way I
says
answer-
he's the boss?
The way I answer,
Who said he's the boss? Did we vote?
you won't let me answer.
I'll let you answer the question.
No, you want me to
I
answer
don't
the
want.
way you want me to answer your question. You refuse to allow me
To preach
be the
to me.
person that I am.
I refuse to
The
allow you to
reason
sermonize to
how I
me.
talk to people is I give them an example or a story.
Cool.
And that story example is the answer.
It is
to a
not
question.
the answer, it is avoiding the answer. So
No.
go ahead and give your parable that doesn't answer the question, and then I'll ask the question again. John, go ahead.
No.
Then answer the question. Who said God's the boss?
I'm not going to answer that.
Why?
Answer me another question.
Who decided that God shall kill?
God is God.
Who decided that God could kill?
God himself.
God decided that he's allowed to kill. And do you agree with that?
Why would somebody have a
Do you agree
authority
that God is allowed to
kill?
kill whomever he
Do you
wants?
have the authority to kill weeds in your yard?
Uh,
Do you have the authority in your yard to kill weeds that are destroying your plants?
not if they're telling me not to.
Oh, so you think weeds talk to you?
If they did, I wouldn't be allowed to kill them, is what I'm saying. If your weeds
What a
spoke to
twisted
you,
thoughts. Those are perverted thoughts.
if your weeds spoke to you, John,
Weeds don't speak.
if your weeds spoke to you, John, if your weeds spoke to you, John, would you kill them? If your weeds spoke to you, John, would you kill them? Are you a Christian?
Good.
Are you good? How do you know that?
Good on that paper.
Yeah, you're gonna take a photo of me, but not fucking get my information?
I'm taking a photo of that.
Oh, okay. We just happen to be in your way.
You're in public.
Yeah. Here's my information. Here's the context. What's your name? You're in public as well, aren't you? What's your name?
We're both street figures.
You don't need to. What's your name, coward?
He'll offend you.
Where are you gonna put that photo? Where are you gonna put it?
I'm a photographer.
Yeah, where are you gonna put the photo, coward? Take my information if you're a photographer. Here are the
He'll cuss you out.
details.
He'll tear you apart with his words.
I'm so scared.
Yeah, you look scared.
He's has a loud
Take the information if you're not scared.
I said I'm good. I don't know. Is that
You're not
English?
good though. You're evil.
That's English, right?
He has all kinds of...
And I answered your statement. Did you hear it? Was it English that I used back to you? Did you hear it when I used it to you? Who says you're good?
I'm good on that paper.
No, you're not. You don't know anything that it says.
I don't need
Do you have all this information already? You don't need it or you don't want it?
You don't need it.
You don't need it? What do you need?
I don't want it.
Why the fuck are you here then? Taking a photo.
It's my job.
Is your job for
Feel
who?
your heart rate.
Who are you working for?
For myself.
So you're freelance? Who do you sell to? Where shall I see this photo, dipshit?
Whoa.
If you are, it's
See, now
free
that's
country,
all.
dude.
Yeah,
None of this is necessary. This is all for fun. It's not.
It's not
What do you
fun.
think? This is
It's
all
very
necessary?
nasty. It's very cursive. It's
Do you
very-
sell your photos or not, piece of shit?
It's showing
Do you know English or not? Do you sell these photos or are you just fucking for fun? I'm trying to ask you a question and get an answer. Yeah, suck a dick, you fucking coward. Why don't you engage with me in words that I can understand?
Engaging with me. Can't you understand his words?
Can you understand his words? What
No,
did
I
you
don't
just
need
say?
to.
Yeah.
But I can speak.
Yeah, you did it. You spoke nonsense and now I don't want to talk to you. You did it. You're so smart. You're so proud. Did they teach you that at Gucci school? Yeah, come here. Who do you work for? What's your name? You got an EOS 5D Mark III, so that's, how many dollars is that? $3,500, is that correct? How much is your camera?
Bro, I'm just waiting for my ride, man. I don't know what you're talking about.
Because I'm talking to the people that go by, just like here.
I'm not interested.
You're talking to me though, aren't you? I don't know why you're talking to me. Is that right? Hey John, what were we talking about?
You have the mic. You have the camera.
Yeah.
You have the platform. You can talk whatever you want to talk.
Let's talk about your book. Is it holy?
We've already talked about that. I said
Oh,
yes.
you just said I can talk about whatever I want, and then you said you can't talk about that. John, you're immediately a hypocrite. Again, we're talking about your book. Is it holy?
Yes.
Make a claim. Is it holy?
Yes.
How can we know if it's holy, John?
Because God's a holy God.
So what about the God of the Quran? Is he a holy God?
No.
How do you know that, John?
Because I know who the God of the Quran is.
How do you know that, John?
Because I have the Quran.
How?
The gods of the Quran.
So I've looked. So what about the Quran showed
I know
you?
who Allah is.
So who is Allah? Who is Allah, John?
Allah is the moon god. It's a satanic being who works under Satan.
Come on over, coward. Let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Why are all your supporters cowards?
They're not my supporters. They're Jesus' supporters. They're not my supporters. I have no supporters.
Tell me about it.
Yeah.
What's your name?
Supporters.
Hey, fuckface, what's your name? I'm Mitch, dude. Are you part of this conversation or are you not? Are you in it or are you not? Because you keep talking to him. So you're talking to us or you're not? You observing or not? You participating? So you don't participate in this life, huh? You just observe it with your very, very expensive Gucci camera and your fucking loser hat. Fucking Vikings lost, eh?
I don't watch ball games.
Why not? Because it's idolatry? Why don't you watch ball
I don't
games?
have time. I'm not a ball player.
Is it idolatry, John, to watch ball games?
Nope.
It's not idolatry to watch ball games, John?
Nope.
What about wearing Gucci shirts, John? Is that idolatry?
Nope.
What about buying very, very expensive cameras for fun, John? Is that idolatry?
Nope.
And this is what you're preaching right now in the streets,
You're
John?
asking me questions and I'm answering you.
Yeah, and these are
Now, if you
your...
want me to clarify my answers, I will.
No, I don't want you to
You don't
clarify.
want me to clarify.
No, I just want you to be bad at answering them. That's much, much better. Hey, John, is your book holy?
Yes.
How do you know that?
Because God is holy.
How do you know that your God is holy, John?
Because he said, I am holy.
So, did the God of the Quran say, I am holy?
He probably said it, but...
So why don't you believe the God of the Quran, but you do believe the God of the Bible?
Because I know who the God of the Quran is.
Who is the God of the Bible, John?
The God of the Bible is the Creator, Almighty God.
How do you know that, John?
Because God is...
How do you know
Because God
that the
is.
God of the Bible
No, because God
is the
is.
Creator, John?
That's what Jesus said. You have to believe that God is.
John, I'm not understanding what you're saying. How do you know that the God of the Bible...
Because you're perishing. That's why you
No,
don't
I think
understand.
it's because you're not answering the
No, it's
question.
because you don't understand, because you're
No, I think it's because
perishing.
you're trying not to answer
Your
it.
spirit is dead.
How do you know? My
You're
spirit's
on your
not
way
dead,
to
John.
hell.
My spirit, can you
And
prove that my
after
spirit is
hell,
dead, John?
It comes the judgment.
Is your
After
spirit dead?
judgment, You'll find
Is that guy's
his
spirit
name's
dead?
not in the book. And you will end up in the lake of fire for all eternity. But I'm praying for you, Mitch.
No, you're not. You're preaching at me.
Well, I'm giving you the word, the truth.
No, you're lying to me. You're giving me mythology.
That's your idea of what you know. It's your belief system
And-
says that this is a lie.
And your belief system says that it's not a lie.
But my belief system is based upon the truth.
And my belief system is based upon the truth.
No,
Yours is...
Okay.
Okay. I did. That's it.
That's a
That's it. You get it? Yeah, and why
No, I
is it a
don't get it,
stalemate?
but that's-
You still don't get it,
Because
John.
You twist it all.
Did I?
Yes.
Did I twist it all?
You put words in
Or
my
did
mouth.
I use your own arguments against
No,
you
you
and
didn't.
they are not convincing?
No, you didn't use.
Oh, I didn't use my
I'm not
own
trying to
arguments?
convince you.
Oh, you're
I
not?
don't want to convince
No,
you
you
of
don't.
anything.
Well, because you can't convince me, right?
No, I can't convince you.
Because nothing that you say can convince. Is that correct? So, is it possible to convince somebody about true religion? Is that even possible?
God convinces.
God convinces. So God can convince.
Yes.
So you're convinced because God convinced you. But what I'm convinced of, I'm wrong about because God didn't convince me of it. Is that correct, John?
That's correct.
How do you know that it's not God that convinced me of what I'm convinced of, John?
Because of your words that you're using,
What?
the words that you're using.
Because I disagree with you? That's how you know?
No, I didn't say that. It's all your praises and all. You've been here for quite a couple hours now, and whatever you've been here.
Has it felt like a couple hours to you, John?
Oh, it's going by fast.
Yeah. So whose arguments are logical and whose arguments are weak? Have you been judging? Have you been watching? Or you've been here to ignore it? What you've been doing is sitting there trying to ignore us? Is that your move? Your big smart guy move? Really good. You're kicking ass at it. I'm so proud of you to have you around helping. Yeah, you're so good at this. Yeah.
The sign says everything.
Does it?
Yeah.
Does it say everything?
It says everything we need to know, who you are.
Does it?
Yeah.
Or is it full of lies? How would we
believe.
know if there's a lie on there, John?
The reason I know it says what you believe because you wrote it. And you've already told me that Jesus lied.
Jesus did lie.
That's your interpretation.
And your interpretation is he did not.
Correct.
And you're wrong.
Based on your assumptions.
No, based on objective reality, you're wrong.
And to you, yes, I would be wrong.
And to you, you would be right.
To
Just
me, I
like
would be
to a
right.
Muslim, he's right. And to a Muslim, Muhammad did nothing wrong. Because in their belief system, and that's your problem, John. You have that same illness with Jesus.
But it's not an illness.
It is an illness because you believe Jesus is
You
perfect,
called it an illness,
even
but
though
it's
he's
not
wrong.
an illness.
It is an illness.
It's a belief.
Is Mohammedanism an illness?
It's not an illness.
So it's a belief. So
belief is
what
not
about
an illness.
yes, it is.
No,
But
it's
let's
not.
call it a false belief.
There you go.
So you have a false belief that our Bible's holy.
No.
Yes. Hi, I'm well. How are you? No violence though. We are yelling though. Yelling is not violence. Why? What's that? I know, but I'm going to yell because of how far away you are. I am going to yell at you because of how far you are away from me, and I want to be understood. But you don't have to engage with us if you don't want to. Because this is a conversation at full volume, and if you don't want to be involved in a conversation, so are you, John. You're disturbing other people's peace with this.
You're disturbing my peace in my religion.
I know, and we're going to do it here, and it's going to be yelling because this is how it's done in the street. No, I'm not going to be.
That's me begging you right now.
I know, but I'm not going to be doing. I'm not going to acquiesce to what you're begging me to do. Do you understand?
Would you not raise your voice on me?
I'm going to be raising my voice in this area for the next 5 years, for hours.
Right now, it's just me and you talking.
I know, but I don't want that. I want to talk to this guy and I want to yell at him, and then you're interrupting me.
Who are you yelling at?
I'm yelling at John Choque.
That's his name. I don't know. Like,
Cool, I know him, and I'm yelling at him. Why are you interrupting?
Because I can.
Yeah, you can.
I'm trying to take a nap.
Cool, awesome.
You're over here acting up in front of tourists.
Yep, that's what I'm doing.
All right, cool.
I understand that you don't.
Well, then do you?
Okay, I will.
All right, I'm gonna do me.
I appreciate it.
I hope so.
Okay, but I'm going to be yelling in this area, and if it bothers you, it's going to.
Don't fuck up my commission. Like, you see, there, the properties right there, the facility, like, don't fuck me up there, because I'm gonna touch your asshole. Please.
The yelling will commence again if
I
you.
hope not, because I mean, if there's a sale that's lost from the real estate company.
I'm going to be yelling. Yelling will happen again very soon.
Do you?
I will. I'm about to.
I ain't no punk.
Yeah.
I'm a thug, dude. I'm a gangster.
Cool. Can you go be a gangster?
You don't even tell me what to do, bud.
No.
What the fuck's wrong with you? Huh? Motherfucker? Talk to me like I'm a bitch.
Dude, you told me what to do. I really don't understand.
You want hurry? You told me to act up like a gangster on me. You want to see that shit?
No, I don't want to see any of that. I would
know
like
you
to talk.
I know you don't. So look.
Hey, look, here is my live stream. Would you like to talk to the people?
Look, puro,
What's your name? What's your name?
It's Joseph, homie.
What's your last name, Joseph?
Find out.
Just let me know your last name, Joseph.
It's Gorachino, bitch.
Cool.
Yeah,
All
what
right.
else you need to know? Huh?
I just enough.
What else you need to know?
If you put violence upon me, that I can retribute with the law.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah,
I just need to know enough information that if you assault me, I'll be able to find repercussion.
I don't fight, dude. Oh, look at the plate. Look at the plate. Look at the plate like tattoo. Look.
So I'm going to start yelling really soon again at John here. You do give a fuck. You told me to stop yelling.
I did. I mean, I know exactly what I said. Do you want to play my side of the video?
What?
You want to play my side of the video?
We can.
Look up, dumb fuck. All Denver is watched all day long on camera.
I know.
And then you see the scooters?
Yeah.
Dumbass, so you just admitting you a snitch right here in front of everyone for doing what?
For yelling at John Choque.
Quiet and not yelling at me?
I'm yelling at John Choque.
No, you were yelling at me.
I'm yelling at John. I was yelling at you when you were over there.
Grow up here.
What's your name? What's your name again?
You didn't hear me the first time?
I didn't listen to you the first time because I thought you were a big fat nobody. So now I think you're not a nobody. So what's your name, and I'll listen this time.
My name is Joseph.
Joseph, I'm Mitch.
Don't try to kiss me, ain't no fag.
Then why did you bring your face so close to my face?
I want to knock you out, you fucking piece of shit. That's why.
Well, don't do that.
Fuck out of here. No.
Joseph, this is assault, Joseph. Joseph, this is assault what you're doing. Joseph, you need to stop. Joseph, this is assault what you're doing. Joseph, this is assault.
It's assault. Go, press charges. So we both go together. Come on.
Joseph, this is assault.
I can't wait to be in a cell with you.
We are not both going together because I have not assaulted you,
really?
Joseph.
I assaulted you?
Yes, you did.
Who's going to see that?
Who's going to see that? All the people that I showed you and all of the cameras as well.
Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Do what you gotta do. Call the cops.
I'm not calling the cops, Joseph. I'm going to. You did assault me, Joseph.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did, Joseph. You took my things from you and you.
What I take from you?
You took these from me. You took these papers from me and you threw them.
Prove it.
How shall I prove it, Joseph? With film? Shall I do it with a video camera? Is that how I shall prove it?
You know, right now you're not letting me cross the street.
Cool. I will definitely get out of your way, Joseph.
Do you want to start playing time?
That's
kidnapping, dumbass. What's up? What's up? Huh?
What's up, Joseph, is that you are a very violent person and you have already crossed the line of assault, and I don't know why you want to keep going with this.
Press charges, dumbass. I'm
not sure why you want to continue this conversation
what you want to do?
When you have such a hard time.
I don't have a hard time. You don't know me.
You have a hard time refraining from assault, Joseph.
Hey, go ahead and do what you got to do.
You are hitting me with your thing
what I hit you with?
over and over, Joseph.
What I hit you with?
Your hoodie there?
What hoodie? I ain't got no hoodie. This ain't a hoodie.
Whatever that is the thing that you have hit me with.
It's probably my dick, dumbass.
Hey, Johnny, you going to help me out with this? Hey, Johnny, you going to help me out with this?
Oh, what you need help with, dude? What? It's me and you, bro.
Joseph,
what?
I need help with you.
What?
Your irrationality
and your... Get the fuck out my face, dumbass.
Suck a dick, Joseph.
I ain't a bitch like you, fag.
Why do you suck so much dick, Joseph?
Get the fuck away from me.
Suck your mom's cock, Joseph.
Look, my mom don't got a cock.
Well, then why do I suck it every night? Or am I jacking her off every night, Joseph? Hey, John, are you going to help me out with this or not?
My mom died,
Are you going to help me out with this, John, or not?
My mom died.
Great, awesome. I'd love to join that conversation. What's your name?
Go. Come on.
My name?
Yep.
My name is Carlos.
Carlos, this is John. I'm Mitchell. This is John.
Not John.
Sorry, Joseph. This is Joseph. My apologies.
Any questions regarding the Bible?
What if it's not holy? Would you give it up?
If it's not, it is 100% holy.
What if it's not holy? Would you give it up?
Yes. What's the definition of holy?
Did you hear that, John?
What is a definition of holy?
Yeah, you can't say
What
it.
is a definition of holy?
That's a really good question.
Tell me.
Before we get to that, let me ask you that John said that if it wasn't holy, he would still follow it. Is that a rational thing to believe?
Look, as a Messianic Jew, we read the Bible from a Hebrew perspective, not from a Roman perspective. Okay? All right, so we understand that the word holy in its original language means set apart.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Okay? So yes, it is set apart. Are you set apart?
Set apart from what?
You look worldly as hell right now.
I live in this world, if that's what you mean.
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you live in this world?
Do I live in this? I live in this hell.
Do you love this world?
No.
I love this world.
I hate this world.
Yes, you do.
So now
Who
you know
taught you to hate this world?
This book taught me to hate this world. So now you know.
No, I already knew.
Any other questions?
If you realized that you were in a hate cult, would you quit it?
In a hate cult? No, you know why? You know why? Because God has a list of things in the Bible that he hates. Yeah.
What if one of the things that he hates is good? Would he still be a good God?
Everything that my God says is good is good.
What if he says murder is good? Is it good?
Look, he twists your words.
No, I didn't. I asked a question. If he says murder is good, does that make it good?
First of all, he asked me a question. My God is a God of war, and he believes that death is punishable for God's sin. Amen. So in the eyes of God, murder is good for just causes.
There's no right.
You understand that?
I understand that you believe
Hands
murder
that
is
shed
good.
innocent blood are not good, but our God is just.
And you're saying that they deserve murder.
So what else do you gotta say, Mr. Spaghetti Man?
Who said anything about spaghetti?
Mr. Spaghetti Man, we all know who you are.
Yeah, but who said anything
going.
about spaghetti?
Keep going.
Cool. The question is, who said
I know
anything?
who you are.
No, you don't know who I am.
Keep going.
What's my name?
I don't need to know your name. I know what you stand for.
What do I stand for?
Some idiotic shit.
Cool. So what do I stand for? And
You tell me what you stand for.
I stand for truth and love.
Truth and love.
Yep.
So what's the truth?
What do you mean? Because I didn't say I
What you
stand
gotta
for the
say about
truth.
murder? You think murder is unjust?
I think murder is unjust. I think the flood was unjust.
Some people deserve to die.
Which ones? How do you know when a person deserves to die?
A person deserves to a person deserves to die when he is unjustly treating people.
Did the babies in the wombs of the mothers that were killed
They are
in the
not
flood?
unjust. They're just. They're just. Shut up.
So they died in the flood. God killed them. Were they justly murdered?
They were unjust.
First of
Were the
all,
babies in the wombs?
first of all, you idiot, babies swim in the womb.
Tell him to not call me an idiot, right? Are you going to tell him to not call me an idiot?
Because you do the same thing.
Baby.
Oh, so it's fair. Okay.
We want you to stop, but you won't stop.
You gotta
You want
understand.
everyone to stop,
promote it.
but except for him.
Listen here.
I'm listening.
Everything that can't swim died in the flood, right?
Right.
Babies
Yeah.
are from birth innately known and taught by instinct how to swim, and that's why you see all these rich white people, when they have babies, they take their babies straight to swimming class because babies instinctively know how to swim. So next question, the babies didn't die.
The babies inside the wombs of the mothers
You're
did
an
not
idiot.
die. The babies inside the wombs of the mother.
Don't be a fucking idiot. Babies swim in the womb.
And then what happened to those babies after they swam for 40 days? Then Noah's flood subsided, and those babies. Who was unjust? The babies? The babies were unjust? The unborn babies were unjust?
You gotta understand something.
I'm trying to understand something.
There's a lot of people out. Man, I wish I had my phone. I get into some scripture right now. Let me see if I can get on some Wi-Fi.
Get the Genesis part where he kills all those people for no good reason.
Oh, no good reason. What part is that? You get it.
That part in where the Genesis flood happened and Noah told all those people to get on the boat.
Those people were wicked.
The babies were wicked? The unborn babies were wicked?
Babies could swim. I already told you this.
So all the babies swam, and then they survived their parents, and then after the flood, they just what? Started growing weeds?
You're obviously an idiot, and you don't know that that newborn babies by instinct can swim. My
Talking
nigga.
about
You're
unborn
an
babies.
idiot.
I'm
This is
talking
why.
about unborn
This is why.
babies.
This is
I'm
why.
talking about unborn
King
babies.
Moses. King Moses.
Moses was no king.
Oh, he was a king.
He was a
freed the
murderer.
Jews.
Moses was a murderer.
He freed the Jews.
So a king of slaves.
So?
no king.
So God is a murderer.
Yeah, he is. Your God's a murderer.
He's just murder.
No, he's not. There's no such thing.
Some people deserve to die.
No, they
Like-
don't. False.
Oh,
Did you just say I deserve to die? Hey, go fuck yourself. Did you just say I deserve to die?
deserve to die.
Did you say that?
Some people deserve to die.
Did you say that I do?
Do you sin? Do you sin?
You should. We're doing
There's no such thing as sin. What is
Sin
sin?
is transgression of the law. Do you transgress God's law?
Not God's law.
Do you follow God's law?
Yeah, I follow God's law.
You follow God's law?
Yeah.
You're a liar.
Am I?
Well, he follows some of
Or
it because he's on
you
why?
think you know God's
You know
law?
why? Because you don't believe in murder.
I do believe in murder, and I don't murder. See me following the law?
God's law says
No,
anybody that breaks these
The
commandments.
Bible says that's not God's
God's
law.
law says anybody
Your
that breaks
God's
these
law,
commandments
Abraham's
deserves to
God's
die.
law. Well, he's wrong.
It's not my right to kill you, but it's God's right to kill you.
No, he has no right to kill me. He has given up the right to kill me when he gave me free will. Just like you give up the right to kill your children when you bear them.
God has free will too, and He has more power than you.
Yeah, and so he has to use his power to not kill me, otherwise it's murder.
Use your free will, and you see where that goes.
What if there is no free will? Can you prove there's free will? Can you prove
You said
it?
there's free will.
No, I didn't. You said there's free will, and I went along with it. I said, what if there is no such thing as free will?
No such thing as free will.
Yeah, what if there's no such thing as free will?
Well, if there's no such free will, then that says a lot about how God feels about you.
Your God's evil. He murdered those children in the flood. Do you understand? The unborn babies. How many people died in the flood? How many people? Do you know, John Chuck? There's a number in the Bible, isn't there?
So here's an answer. Here's an idea.
So you don't know.
When a man defiles their land, rapes, robs, and murders the land. So what should happen to him?
He should come to justice.
And what is justice?
I don't know. Do you?
You don't know.
Not for that man, because I'd have to
sound
see
like
the
an
case.
idiot. You sound like you
I'd
want
have
to tell me what's just
see
when you don't know
the
justice.
details of the case.
Look,
to
you want to
understand
tell me what's
justice.
just, and you say you don't know justice.
Not in that case.
That proves that you're an idiot.
Does it? Or does it prove that
You don't
I am
know
willing
justice.
to say I don't know the justice in this
Case
case?
closed. You don't
So
know
when is it
justice.
just to kill then? When is
You
it just to
don't
kill?
know
Because you,
justice.
and you do. You know justice, do you?
I know justice.
So when is it just to kill?
Yeah, I know
When is it just to kill? Then when is it just to kill if you
God is
know?
just.
God says he's just.
just.
How do you know he's just? Because he says so?
He's just because everybody that perishes wicked is him.
'Cause everybody perishes. Everybody perishes. The wicked and the good. Jesus perished.
Not only does everybody perish,
Yeah.
everybody also has eternal life.
I don't understand how this is an argument for
The
justice.
real question is who gets tortured?
Nobody gets tortured. A good God wouldn't torture anybody.
Who gets tortured?
Nobody gets tortured. A good
gets
God
tortured?
wouldn't torture anybody. Nobody gets tortured. No,
So
it's
what
an
would you
answer to
do?
your question.
So what would you do if you were God and somebody disobeys your law? What would you do?
I would have not created them.
See, that's the thing. He wants slaves.
Yeah, he wants
You want
slaves.
slaves.
And what does God want?
Servants
Our God wants servants.
What's the
and
difference?
friends.
What is the difference between a slave and a servant?
What
is the difference then between a slave and a servant?
I know that one.
You want people that have no choice but to bow down to
No,
you.
first of all, I didn't create
You're
people.
not a hard.
No.
You're soft.
You gave me. It was in your position.
Only a just God.
Yeah. And are they slaves? Are they my servants?
Only a just God.
Are they my servants? Are they my slaves?
Servants.
Are they my slaves?
No.
So do I want slaves?
Only
want
a just
servants.
God would give
So
people
your
the
claim
choice.
that I want slaves, a
That's
just
slavery.
God wouldn't give
That's
people a
slavery.
choice because they could choose evil. A just God who cannot
you said you wouldn't
choose
create
evil.
you wouldn't create them to choose evil.
You put me in the position of God.
If you were God.
And then I answered that.
Do the people you create, are they able to rebel? Yes or no?
Why would they be able to rebel?
See,
Why?
he doesn't want people to rebel.
Why would I want
Our
people
God
to
doesn't
rebel?
operate like you.
I know. Your God operates in a different
You don't
way.
even think godly, bro.
I know. Let's talk about godly.
I give you the opportunity to believe whatever you want.
And I give you the
And I
opportunity
give
to
you
believe
the
whatever you want, and I'm trying to get you to justify whether or not it's just. So, Is it just to give someone a choice and then punish them for choosing wrong, even though you created them to choose wrong? Is that just?
They're not predestined.
Yes, they are.
Look.
Prove it.
Look, you
Prove
just
they're
asked-
not predestined.
Look what he.
Prove they're not predestined.
Look what he just said. Look. I take that back. But look, the first thing you said is, will you? He said, will you choose people to have a choice? And then he said, punish them when you made them to do wrong.
Yeah, when you made them to do wrong, why would you punish them to do what they're made
That's
to
a
do?
misnomer.
Is it?
Either
So
they're
explain
made
it.
to do wrong or
Yeah.
they have a choice. Which one is it?
They have a choice.
Is God made to do wrong?
Which one is it?
Let's
you
find
said
out.
two different things.
Let's see.
You said two fucking different things so that you could twist my fucking words.
That's
around.
what he
Well,
does
then
with
let's
mine
try
all
to
the time.
understand what types of creations there are.
Manipulate.
There's God, the creator.
You're a
There's
manipulator. You're
angels.
Satan.
Am I?
Yeah, you're Satan.
I'm
Not
Satan?
Satan, but he works
You
for
are the
Satan.
physical manifestation of Satan.
Yeah,
And who the fuck are you?
Go on,
He's an
Yep.
antichrist.
Who the fuck are you? If you think you can stand against Satan.
Oh,
We're child of God.
Who are you?
Yeah, I'm a child of God.
Which God?
Which God?
Yep.
Yahweh.
So you're a child of Yahweh.
Yeah, Yahweh.
Okay. Are you a child of Yahweh?
I don't use those names.
He's not a child of Yahweh.
I use the God of this creator of
He
this
knows.
world.
He knows
Almighty
the English translation of Yahweh, which is
God.
Jehovah.
Jehovah. I serve
So
Jehovah.
he's a child of Jehovah and you're a child of Yahweh.
This is the same person.
Is
Same
it?
person. Don't twist no words.
Oh, I'm the one twisting words. I'm just saying your words are
This is
different words.
Jesus, not
So when I say I
we believe
worship
in
a flying
Christ. We
spaghetti
believe in
monster, why can't I do the same thing? It's the same guy. How come that doesn't count?
Oh, your Christ isn't real.
Neither is yours.
No, our Christ is real.
Prove it.
Our Christ is the real Christ.
Prove it.
There's tons of proof.
Is there?
Look the Roman history.
Is there tons of proof?
Look the Roman history.
What is the proof in Roman history?
They have tons of things.
Yeah?
Such as decrees,
Decrees?
the cross
The cross?
of Christ.
They have that? Let's go see it. Where is it at?
The cross of Christ is
Yep.
split up.
And where is it?
They have it in two different nations. The Ethiopians have a piece, and the Romans have a piece. They have the Ark of the Covenant.
Do they have the Ark of the Covenant?
They have the Ark of the Covenant.
Is the earth flat?
Is the earth
Keeps
flat?
changing subject.
No, I'm not. I'm trying to
Right,
figure out
you're
how much he
changing
believes the mythology. Is the earth flat? How old is it? Is it flat?
He takes you all over the place.
Because I'm trying to
He thinks
discover
he's right on
how
everything he
much
does.
the
He's
infection
absolutely
has
perfectly
rotted the
correct.
brain.
And everybody who doesn't believe, as Mitch believes,
He doesn't believe the earth's
is
flat.
correct.
Does he believe in the right God? Or does he believe in a false God?
I believe in the right
He does
God.
not believe the earth is flat.
The earth is round.
He doesn't think it's flat. Is
You
he
know
right
why
or
it's
wrong?
round? I can tell you why it's round.
I'm talking to this guy right now, John.
gotta
And
do-
I
you know
forgot
what?
your name. My apologies. What's your name?
You know what? The Bible has a concept of the earth
Yeah.
that neither supports or rejects the fact that the earth is flat. So
Is that
to be
right?
honest, it's irrelevant to me.
Oh, cool.
I like
So,
that too.
what if I find a verse that definitely says the earth is flat? Would it still be irrelevant?
It neither supports nor rejects the fact.
But
Go
what if
ahead
we
and that
find
Bible.
one that does
Find it.
support? Would then it still be irrelevant?
You have to prove that it supports it, and then it would be relevant.
You have to tell me that proving it
That is
would
support.
matter
Now go
before
ahead and
I
read it.
waste my time
Read.
finding evidence
Read.
that you're going to ignore.
Bring it out.
Did you hear me?
Bring it out.
I didn't think so.
Bring it out.
So, John, is the earth flat or
Bring
round?
the scripture out. Bring the scripture out.
I'm not bringing out your book of bullshit. That's your job. If you want those words
I
here,
have an answer to
you
why
bring
it's
it.
round.
I don't care why it's round. I'm saying, does
No,
the
no.
earth or the Bible
Here's
say
my
it's flat?
argument. I'd rather argue about how you're full of bullshit because
Excellent. How am I full of bullshit?
You argue with the
It comes out all the
You
time.
argue-
It's
Let's
all
do
over the
it.
place.
Am I full of
you
bullshit?
can argue with the Bible but bring no scriptures.
Let's argue with the Bible.
He
Did
doesn't
Jesus
believe
lie?
in any holy
I'm going to
books.
argue with the Bible. I don't want to do the flat earth. I want to do Jesus lied. I have it right here.
Does Jesus lie? No, Jesus
Yeah.
does not lie.
Is that right?
No.
Plus, he
So
says
if
he's
we
building a cult.
went in the Bible and we
Follow
so are
my
you,
cult,
so are you.
you're
You're building a cult as well. So
No, I'm
if we
not.
go in the Bible and we find Jesus and he says something and it's a lie, what then?
Go ahead and try to prove that Jesus lied.
Why? Why would I do that?
Because you just said it. Prove
You
it
have a sign
yourself.
that says Jesus lied.
Yeah.
Are you the truth or no?
It is the truth. Are you going to believe it when you see it, or are you going to ignore it when you see it?
Prove it.
Why?
I'll believe it when I see it.
You will believe it when you see it?
Yeah.
So if you see a lie in the Bible, then you won't be able to say Jesus told the truth. If you see a lie out of Jesus.
Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead and show
Yeah,
me.
go ahead.
Okay, John 18:20.
John 18:20.
Yeah, you got it?
Oh, I can find it real quick.
And if there's a lie in it, you're going to stop believing in Jesus? If there's a lie in it, you're going to stop believing in Jesus?
Yeah.
John 18,
Okay,
20.
I doubt it. What is a lie? While he looks it up, tell me what a lie is so that we know.
First of all,
Yep,
a lie is a deception.
yep.
That's what a lie is.
Anything but truth.
You're a lie.
Am I a lie or am I really here?
You're a deception.
Am I a deception or am I really here?
I got it. So, do you want to read 19 or just want to go to 20?
You can do whatever you want.
Okay, verse 20 says, the high priest then asked Jesus of his disciples again of his doctrine. Verse 20, Jesus answered him, I spake openly to the world. I ever taught in the synagogue and in the temple, whether the Jews always resort, and in secret have I said nothing.
Did you hear the lie?
Okay.
Did you hear it?
So what is the context of this?
That's a good question.
Back it up, bro, because we need it.
That's right.
Thank you, brother. So what is the fucking question being asked? You damn devil.
Pontius Pilate is asking Jesus, what is it that you're preaching out here? Because I've heard what you're preaching is that you're a divine person. Is that correct? Please tell me your doctrine so that I know how to judge you, I think, is the answer to your question.
Hold on.
I think that's the answer.
Hold on.
My apologies. It's not Pilate, it's the high priest. My apologies. It's either Ananias or Caiaphas. Who was the high priest at the time? Who was the high priest?
Mormon.
Oh my God. Oh, I
forgot
see
about
how
that.
it is. All right, John Shuck. All right, John Shuck. Fucking playing dirty, are you? Oh, I just remembered, says John Shuck. You were never a Christian. You were only ever a Mormon. So that's why. Oh, you didn't say that in your heart? You didn't say that in your heart, John?
Because,
Yeah, no true Christian fallacy, eh, John, in your heart?
That's interesting.
Oh,
That's why you mentioned the Book of Mormon. Most people don't mention the Book of Mormon.
Yeah.
And I couldn't figure out why you mentioned the Book of Mormon.
Because of it's a good analogy to prove a book
but
is evil.
most don't use that.
I know.
They use
I'm
it.
not most, am I, John?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so he asked Jesus what his doctrine.
Yep.
Jesus said in public, he spoke openly.
Yeah.
And in secret, he said nothing.
He didn't say anything in
Which
secret.
means he didn't say anything in secret.
That's right.
Alright.
That's what he said to the high priest. What was he doing the night before?
The night before this.
Yeah.
What was he doing?
What was he doing?
Look through that and see what he was doing.
The night before he was on trial.
It is no secret that the Messiah celebrated Passover.
And what did he do during that meeting? And how many people were in that room? And was it in a temple or was it in a synagogue?
That is not secret.
Isn't it?
That's
That's
public.
not secret. That's
What's public? The upper room is public.
That wasn't even Jesus' house, bro.
The upper room?
The room that Jesus had Passover in, it wasn't even Jesus' house.
Whose house was it?
It was somebody else's house that let him have Passover in his house.
Yeah.
Because he had no...
And he wasn't even a part of the Passover.
So was that house in the temple?
No.
No.
Why would it be?
But it was still public.
Was that house?
It was
That private house was public in the upper room?
It's a house.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
And he had people
Yeah?
there.
And houses are public?
It was a public invite.
It was a public
Invite from somebody that wasn't even Jesus' disciple. So get out of here.
What do you mean he wasn't his disciple?
He's going to stay here till 5.
It was not his disciple. Do you want me to prove it?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
So the night before he died, Jesus was alone with his 12 disciples in the upper room, and he said, this is my blood, this is my body. Did he say that in a temple or a synagogue, or only in that secret meeting in the upper room?
It doesn't have to be. Is this a private place?
No, this is not a purpose house.
Motherfuckers like you in the future are the type of people to go.
Motherfuckers like you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. This is a childish book. You believe in fucking Santa Claus. You need to grow the fuck up.
Hey, guess what? Guess what? Guess what?
Your God lied. I just proved to you that Jesus lied.
No, he didn't.
Guess what? I
this
just
private?
showed you what you
Is
wanted
this
to.
private or public?
No, this is public as fuck.
Guess what? It's only 3 of us. He's like, oh, it's only 3 people, so it's not public.
I know.
It's public.
What makes it public is where the fuck it is, dipshit.
We could be in a house and it still be public.
No, in a house it would be private. That's the whole difference.
It was a public
you
invite.
fucking moron.
We'll be
What the
public
fuck
invite.
is wrong with your brain? You're trying to defend your lying God.
Saying the
He
Lord.
lied to the high priest.
Saying
You
the Lord
dipshit.
The Lord rebukes you.
No, he doesn't. The Lord doesn't rebuke me. He fucking is dead on the paper. You try to rebuke me, and then I show you that your God lied, and then you try to weasel out of it like a fucking cunt.
Oh no, it's not a weasel.
Yeah, you. You did
Go in there,
weaselly things.
That's an inside place that's public.
That's an inside place that's public, and it's not no one's house.
So was the Passover.
Not.
Actually,
it was someone's house.
Actually, that is some
upper room.
That is some.
It was a private meeting. It was a secret meeting, and the next day.
That is someone's house.
It's your fucking mother's house when I fucking bone that slut while she's in there. It's her working house.
That's a hotel and someone lives there.
Yeah. You're of the devil. You worship that book. You worship that book even though I did what you asked. You said, show me a line, and I did. It is a lie. He said everything that I've said in either a temple or a synagogue. Nothing about what I've preached have I preached in secret, and that was a lie.
Check it out. If it's not a public place, then how the fuck did the Roman soldiers get in to captivate Jesus? You fucking idiot.
Tell me.
Dipshit.
Tell me how the Roman soldiers got in there.
It's a public place.
How did the Roman soldiers...
It's a public place.
What was? The place where the Roman soldiers captured him?
The Passover event was a public place.
No, it was not. It was a secret meeting in the upper room of one of his disciples, and only the disciples were invited.
It was an upper room.
Read the book. Let's go back.
Read the book.
I read that book. I read that book of garbage, and I shan't read it again because it rotted my brain, and I shan't do it again. Your brain is rotten from that book. I do know shit. I know that you're evil.
You know what? I'll tell you what.
Do tell me what.
The real idea?
Yeah, tell me the real fucking idea. I'm ready for you to tell me what.
Weighs on you day and night. God will make you bow.
No, he won't. I'll tell you what. You're wrong. Your mythology is not going to come true. You're going to die like the rest of us, and after your eyes close, oblivion like the rest of us. God's not going to save you like he said he would. He lied to you. And you're going to give your whole life to him, and you're going to be his servant, and he's going to give you nothing.
It's all right, bro. He's going to make you bow.
No, he won't. How much you want to bet? Your soul? Shall we bet your soul that I will never bow
First of all,
to your Christ?
First of all, gambling is a sin, you fucking retard.
So is saying the word retarded. It's also a sin. So you fucking moron. Okay. Hey, do you guys think that it's a sin to say fucking retard like this dipshit just did? Or do you think that that's perfectly fine and acceptable?
Expressive vocabulary is not a sin.
Oh, well, this guy thinks it is. This guy says that I am very crude the way I talk. Hey, John Shuck, this guy just called me retarded. Don't you think he should not do that?
You make room for it.
Now, the only thing
so you'll preach at me, but not a fellow believer. That's pretty hypocritical, John Shuck. You're not right. I'll tell you if you're right. No.
Not his, but as far as I'm
so you don't respect me? You don't respect me? Even though my arguments have been valid and sound, you don't respect me? Even though my position is well researched?
a gambling thing, like to where, oh, that's on me. Or people be like, oh, that's
my point is you are betting your soul, dipshit. My point is you already are betting your entire life and soul that this book is true. And gambling, no, it's not hard to understand. It's easy if you just look him in the eye and watch his mouth and listen to the words he's saying. You're just bad at it, dumb fuck.
A cursive word like you just mentioned is a
He's telling you not to say retarded. Are you going to listen to him? Do you respect his opinion or not?
But he is retarded in a sense because he's spiritually dwarfed.
Bro, I really don't respect your opinion.
Do I look like I give a shit?
You're still here.
Yeah, why am I here? Do you know why I'm here?
Actually gonna leave.
Good. That's great. So I defeated you twice. You're like triple pinned. You can leave. When you want to fucking do this again, I'll be down here 6 years
I'm
more.
not triple pinned. You already been cut, bro.
Is that right? Or did I pin you with that fucking John 18 shit?
Nah, you were cut. You were cut because you're deceptive. You tried to
Me?
make it seem like that wasn't a public environment, but the Romans clearly walked in there.
Where did the Romans walk? Into the Garden of Gethsemane, you dipshit. You're fucking mixing up
That's still a
locations.
Passover celebration.
Yeah, and it was not in the upper room. Was the garden in the upper room? Was the garden in the upper room? Was that a whole different
I'll tell you
location?
what.
No.
He's a liar.
You're the liar. You said the Romans came into the upper room. You're a liar.
You said the next day that the Messiah was questioned. Right?
I said Jesus was questioned. I didn't say shit about the Messiah.
He's our Messiah.
You're Messiah, but he's not going to save you.
So
He is a liar.
that was the exact.
He's a Messiah.
That was the exact same day.
It's the next day.
According because you think from an American perspective, it's okay. Jewish days are from sundown to sundown. Okay, since Jesus is the Passover lamb for our sins, Passover was from sundown to sundown.
And is that how you count days?
That's how I count days.
Oh, yeah.
It sure is.
Cool. So you have a weird way of counting
about 6
days that's
p.m.
based on the
It's Friday.
2,000-year-old
It's
way.
Friday, and then Saturday is going to happen in about 5 hours.
When the sun goes
6
down.
p.m.
And that's how you always count it.
Literally.
Because your book tells you to.
6
The rest of the world counts at midnight because that's a reasonable way to do it, and you still count the olden way, right?
You know what?
Because you have an old and ancient way of counting days, is that correct?
It makes sense.
Do you
because
use
the
Jewish
sun-
months?
The
Do
sun
you use
and the
the
moon.
Jewish
Check
months?
this out. The sun and the moon were given to us for signs. Okay. So back 5,000 years
Are
ago,
you sermonizing?
there was no
He's talking to me.
there was no distinction for midnight. Everything had to do from a sundown perspective.
There still was a midnight. We still could have found it. It's just they couldn't identify it. We still could have found it. 12 o'clock
God
still
is the one
happened.
that gave the sun and the moon for us
Did
to
he?
tell time.
And what year did he do that?
God rules
What
over
year?
time.
How long ago was that?
Bro, ask him out.
And time is going to cease at one point. Time will cease.
And so will you. Cease.
No, we won't.
Everyone will sit before the judgment seat of God. I'll tell you that.
Not your God. Not your false God.
But I like what you said because we all have eternal life.
No, we don't.
Some are going to have eternal life in heaven.
False.
Some will have eternal life in damnation. like
That's
the Father.
fantasy. That's nonsense. That's childish mythology. Are you a child?
That's
Or
the
you want to
truth.
be a grown-up?
That's the
You
truth.
want to live in the real world, or you want to believe in
How
ghosts
we
and
twist
shit?
things. That's called
You don't know
spaghetti.
nothing about the world.
Say that again.
You don't know nothing about the world.
Go fuck yourself.
Oh, so what's your philosophy of how to live life? How do you live life?
First of all, I tell cunts like you to go fuck themselves. So
That's
that's
the
fun.
female terminology. He's a male.
Dude, why are you so fucking hung up on gender, you fucking gender norms piece of shit? Jesus. How do I live my
Even
life?
you,
I say
our
fucking worship
Savior's
truth.
name
That's how I live
has a
my life. What do
curse
you do?
word.
So what's the truth?
I say worship truth.
What's
Where
the
did you
truth?
hear the? I didn't say the, you dipshit. Fucking open your
You
ears.
don't understand truth.
I understand truth. I understand truth.
I'll tell you the truth.
No. You tell me the mythology in this fucking hateful
The
book.
truth is that you look like a clown right now.
That's the
How's he look?
You look like a clown.
How's he look?
He looks like a missionary.
Like a clown.
Like a missionary.
He looks like a fucking
He
clown.
looks like a minister.
Yeah, a clown. Yeah. So why do I look like a clown?
I'd rather laugh at you, because I'd rather laugh at you. Look,
Because you're a mocker, aren't
you
you?
look like you juggle bowling pins.
Yeah. Would you give me
literally
$5?
look like you juggle bowling pins. What type of drugs?
You're talking to me like I didn't choose these
Put the
clothes
pipe-
myself, you
Put the
dipshit.
pipe down.
I know what I look like, dumb
I
fuck.
hope you didn't choose them clothes yourself.
Would you pay me $5 if I juggled for you? Would you give me $5? Well, show me the $5 and we'll see if I can juggle this shit. Who told him to dress
I'm
like
hoping
that?
his voice gives out before 5 or by 5 o'clock.
Who are you
By 5
hoping
o'clock.
to? Maybe pray about it. Maybe
You know,
pray and your God will make my
I don't
voice
wanna
give
pray.
out. You don't want to pray?
I hope both of y'all stay blessed. Pure life to you. I already know that.
I hope you wake up someday and you stop worshiping Santa Claus because it's a fucking joke and he lied to you and he's stealing your life from
There's
you.
no chance for you.
You need to grow up before you have kids.
Just get ready to
Don't
burn
give
down.
this hate to your kids.
Just
Let it die
get
with
ready to
you.
burn down.
Don't chain it forward. Don't pay your hate forward.
Oh my goodness.
You have no goodness.
So this helps
You- what
pass
goodness?
the time.
You guys need water, bro?
No, thank you though. I appreciate it. He does. He has his own water. I appreciate it though. It's very kind of you.
Are you selling them or?
No, give them to you.
I'll take one
Okay.
if that's okay.
Yeah, that's okay.
I mean, do you want me to donate or anything?
No.
Okay. Oh, oh boy.
Right?
Ooh,
Get a
here's
little
some people.
closer.
I'll be right there.
Well, don't leave. Are you gonna be nice or what is that called? Polite? Cordial? I don't know.
I am nice,
Sure,
John.
Thank you. You are nice.
What I'm doing right here with you is nice.
You're not really. Your verbiage is not.
Yes, it's very, very nice. It's very nice, but you don't know what
Lord, I
nice
just thank you for this
is.
fresh water. I thank you, Lord, that you have brought a man beside me because he said if I bring a cold glass of water to a minister or preacher, that I receive a prophet's reward. And I just thank you, Lord, as he sowed in this ministry. This ministry is good ground. I'm Lord, in good ground. And it produces 30, 60, or 100-fold return. And I thank you, Lord, for blessing this man here who has brought this water because I need it. Thank you, sir. In Jesus' name.
I mean, you don't need it because of how you have water under there.
Here's who I am.
You're a very, very kind person. Do stay
This is my name,
kind.
John. Oh, can't go over there.
Yeah, you're not very agile, are you, John? You're sort of tied to this location. It's just so fucking bad at this, John.
Mr. Harris.
Thank you, sir, Mr. Harris. I will, sir. God bless you, Mr. Harris.
I like that guy we were talking to before. Did you catch his name?
Carlos.
Is that right? Cool.
The guy with the orange shirt, Carlos.
He was pretty fun. Mao.tk is still here. Thank you guys very much for sticking around. How are we doing? Like, what do you think? Is this better than bullying that one guy? Hey guys, hey, how are you doing? Look, here's these guys. They like to come around with Montano. How are you guys doing? Do you know John Choque? John Choque likes to come down. He preaches up in Boulder almost every day. Likes to come down here once a month, preach at this spot.
Name's John.
Nathan. Nicholas.
Nicholas?
Nathan.
Nathan? Nicholas and Nathan? In and in. How about that? Praise the Lord.
They're on
What's
the.
the biggest thing you've changed? What's the biggest thing you have changed your mind about? That's a great question, isn't it?
My question is whether or not the Bible is holy would be my answer to that question.
Are you guys?
This is Nicholas and Nathan. Nathan and Nicholas.
I've met him before.
Yeah, we preach on the same street.
He's an
This.
He's an actor, yeah.
So are you? Did you just accuse me of acting? I accuse you of
told me
it.
that before.
Cool. I love acting, and I do act, but
You told me that in the past.
cool. But I thought you were accusing me of acting right now. In which case, so are you. This guy has been talking to us for about 10 minutes here, sort of about some ideas, and is back now. That you guys are back.
Yeah, Carlos, I thought you were going to work.
And your name was Carlos, is that right?
Oh, I thought you said.
No, I'm sorry.
So we were reading their sign. What's the biggest thing you've changed your mind about? What about you, sir? What's the biggest thing you've changed your mind about in this life?
I changed my mind about.
What would you trade your soul for? You guys have good questions. What's on the back of it? Is there an ace? Come and hear, all you that fear God, and I will declare what you have done for myself. Amen.
So the biggest thing that I've changed my mind about is I changed my mind about certain doctrines that I believe in.
Are you more spiritual than Satan? We're kings and angels. I'm not angels. We're lower than the angels. But later we will judge the angels.
How do you know you're not an angel, John?
That's it.
How do you know you're not an angel, John?
Is that the right answer?
Yeah.
Are you more spiritual than Satan?
People say I'm not religious, I'm spiritual.
Oh, yeah, I hear that.
But just because you're spiritual doesn't mean you're religious.
That's true too. Yeah, so that's their excuse for not believing the Lord Jesus Christ.
Angels are just pure spirit. So you're not
No, that's correct. They're spiritual.
The Roman Catholic Church.
King James Version. Been preaching for 47 years. Building a church in Boulder, missionary church in Boulder. So I come to Denver the first Friday of every month. It's been about almost 2 years now. I think October will be a full 2 years.
First of all,
The second Friday I go to Golden, third Friday Netherlands, fourth Friday Longmont. And have about 28 locations in
why the
Boulder.
fuck
And I do
would
the 6 days a week.
serving Jesus be an instrument that was
Yeah, I go to, I'm on a calendar, I'm on a dedicated schedule. It's like 37 corners.
It's a good argument. I like that argument a lot. I find crosses to be incredibly offensive.
I think it's incredibly offensive.
But I'm called in the state of Colorado. I'm a retired.
I think walking around with an instrument of murder as if it's not a very aggressive way of talking is missing the point of what's going on.
That was what guys called me.
I think you're correct on that.
Well, that's how the Lord told me to build the church.
Just getting right to the point.
Yeah, before the sinners, instead of trying to take other people's sheep, I want brand new people. And so we have about 30 people now come to church, and they're all not brand new, but they were never going to a church. I have 2 or 3 that have never been to a church. Ours is our first church that they've ever been.
Maybe I should go eat.
You're not leaving, are you, Mitch?
Well, I don't know. I'm just sort of waiting for these conversations to make.
You said a state of 5. That makes you a liar.
I mean,
And you don't. Oh, you are a liar.
Yeah, I've said it over and over, dipshit. You're the one who says you don't lie. John, pay attention. You accused me of something that didn't happen. Do you understand? You put words in my mouth.
Like you do, right?
Yes, like I do, and you say you don't. Is that correct, John? That there is a way that you say you behave, and then you keep accusing me of breaking that code as if I said that's the way I behave.
He twists everything. It's
No,
hard for-
John, you
Yeah,
did.
and he yells, and it's hard for my ears.
John, your sign is yelling. This is the equivalent of yelling. I am raising my voice to your level. What's your name? Luis, I'm Mitch. This is John Choque. He likes to come out here and preach lies and hate on the street. Do you think people who preach lies and hate should be opposed? How would we know then if he was preaching lies and hate and whether or not he deserved to be opposed? How should we know? To look at the book that he's preaching, and look, there it is there.
Hey, I hate wickedness.
That book is wicked.
It's not wicked.
That book is wicked.
What's verses in the middle?
There are verses in it that are wicked. If I could prove that there are wicked verses in it, would that prove that it's wicked? If I prove wicked verses in that book, would it prove it's wicked? If I did, would it prove the book is wicked?
Yeah.
Thank you.
Because the unjust person deserves to die.
That is false. That is false. No, it's not true. It's a claim.
An unjust person deserves to die.
False.
They do.
False. You are saying that every crime deserves the same punishment,
I never said that.
death.
An unjust person of life.
An unjust person breaks the law, yeah?
Your opinion.
And depending on which law he breaks, a certain punishment would come from that, yeah?
I feel like there are acts out here that are punishable by death.
You're wrong. But it's okay to believe that.
How do you determine what the proper
That's
punishment
facts.
is for that?
You know,
That is a good question. How do we determine what the proper punishment for the crime is? That's a very, very good question. The answer is
there's a
through...
murderer. Does a murderer deserve to die?
No.
Yes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Sure does.
Because you don't understand what death
Sure
is.
fucking does.
False.
Sure fucking does.
No, he deserves prison.
No.
In this state, does the state have the death penalty?
Fuck this state. Death to
Say it
America.
louder, say it louder.
Death to America!
Nos vemos en el carro.
Cool. And that's your considered opinion, is it?
That is my opinion.
Cool. You're fucking wrong. You're wrong.
Death to America.
Not death.
Oh yeah.
Not death.
Yeah, you're a descendant of rapists, robbers, and murderers.
As are you.
Me?
Yeah.
How do you?
Because you're alive.
No. First of all, my father
Yeah?
is from Lincoln Native Americans.
I'm so
You can
proud
shut
of him.
that shit down.
Where's my father from?
You can shut that
Where's
shit
my
down.
father from? Where's my father from?
Probably a fucking Anglo-Saxon.
And is he a rapist, my father?
I bet
My
your
father?
forefathers are.
And so are yours. And so are yours. Do you understand? Do you understand at all? You're calling me a child of rape, so are you. So are you. So are we all. That is the human condition, isn't it? That way, way in the past, they were uncivilized and savage, weren't they? And we grew out of that, didn't we? And we grew out of it through communication, to answer your question. Through communication and socialization and telling each other our opinions out here in the street.
You can still go to European countries this day,
Oh,
and they'll
okay.
tell you that those people fucking stink because they don't have good life. To this day.
We're going to your point, though, death to America, because not death, reformation, we can change it. We have the way. Vote, right? Fucking let's get politically motivated and let's fucking say, not death to America. Come on, right? No violence without violence. Voting is our symbolized violence, right? No more revolution because we have now symbolic revolution.
I don't want to offend anybody.
Well, then why did you scream death to America?
Besides you, I don't want to offend anybody besides you.
Cool. Well, when you screamed death to America, I'm sure you didn't defend nobody. Yeah.
But you are the biggest terrorist on the face of this nation.
That book is full of hate, and it made you hate people. Death to that book. Let's burn it. Death to Jesus. He deserves it. How would we know if he was preaching hate? What does hate sound like? Does it sound like my way or burn in hell? Or does it sound like out here together we shall come to terms with each other and find something truer?
I was in Fort Collins. There was a group
Thank you for your time. Thank you.
had aprons,
Good luck.
and Jesus. He spent the whole day with me.
Maybe not death to the Bible, eh? I mean, it's not really a lie, but I don't really love burning books. What I'm saying, I do wish that fucking myth would not be alive in people's hearts. The same way that I wish the Book of Mormon was a dead book instead of sort of taking people's minds where they go. So, sorry, Pastafarians, if I take it a bit too far, eh? Super embarrassing.
Yeah, but he was so nice. I mean, he went home and made me a sandwich, hot sandwich, and brought it back of water. And I ate on it. The stuff he brought to me, I took it back home. I must have ate on it for like 4 days. It was just wonderful. Oh, I hope you do. Because he said he comes down to Denver occasionally. First Friday every month. He doesn't have cell phones because he doesn't have phones, he said.
Oh, we do have phones.
But he didn't give me his phone number.
Okay.
Or did he? I don't think he did.
Yeah, he's maybe sharing his phone with somebody else.
Could be. But he was really nice.
Yeah, we're just, so we live together, we share things, have phones, and all that.
Right. Because I remember asking him, are you guys something like the guys who formed the Yellow Deli in Boulder?
Oh, okay.
He knew of them.
We're not the same.
12 tribes of Israel is what he called them.
We're significantly different from them in doctrine. There's only 2 eternal destinies, not 3.
2 are.
Like the fire, and there's a kingdom of heaven.
That's not true. There is only one destiny, and it's oblivion.
How do you know that?
Because I was there before. That's where I'm from. I can remember it. Is that good enough
How come
evidence?
you're not still there?
Is that good enough evidence?
Why are you not still
My
there?
parents called me into existence. Is that good enough evidence that I've been to oblivion? Or do you want better evidence than that?
Do you have better evidence?
No, that's the best evidence I have that I've been there.
Okay.
I remember it. Before all the things that I remember, I cast my mind back, and what I'm remembering is oblivion.
Okay.
Is that good enough to prove that it exists?
Oblivion.
Yeah.
Well, I believe you had a beginning.
And before that, where were we?
We weren't.
Cool. And there we shall be again.
I don't believe we can cease to exist.
You're wrong. So, like, I understand that. And I'm trying to respect you by saying, simply, that is incorrect. To think that there's a state where we began but shall not cease is illogical. To think that something has a beginning but no end is incorrect.
What?
Because of the implications of beginning. In the same reason that when I ask you what created God, you say,
That's not great.
there. For the same reason that you know that's true. The same reason. Right. Is because you know he will have no end, so he must have no beginning.
Do you believe that matter had a beginning?
I have no opinion on that.
You had no. That's the first time you said that, I think. I don't know. Maybe you.
Maybe it's the first time a good question's been asked, John.
That's probably. He's a lot better than me.
Yeah.
You're very good. I'm a trucker.
I keep trying to tell you that, John. I keep trying to explain that to you, John, how bad you are at this. Yet you still keep talking. Yet here you are, still talking like anybody wants to hear you.
You're listening to me.
Yeah, John, because when you talk, I listen. That's right, because that's what I do.
But you talk over me.
Yeah, and I also listen.
Mitch,
Yeah.
do you think there's anything that's worse than hypocrisy?
Yes.
Like what?
Murder.
Murder is worse than hypocrisy.
Yeah, much worse. Yeah. Do you think that there's nothing worse than hypocrisy?
No, there's other things worse than
I think hypocrisy is pretty mild and very common in reality.
That seems to be what people get the most worked up over, though, is if they can claim that you're a hypocrite.
Especially when they're claiming sort of like infallibility, like the Bible is. I think that hypocrisy in the Bible would go to prove something very important, which is the Bible contains hypocrisy, especially when it claims that it doesn't. So in that sense, hypocrisy is very meaningful to me.
So there's something worse than that, because that's hypocrisy. Is something like condoning, like the Quran condoning murder would be bad.
And the Bible condoning murder would be bad. Yeah, condoning murder would be bad. Saying that sometimes there's a problem that conversation and good faith communication cannot help, that we really should learn when wars are justified, I think that's a false and hateful and evil statement.
So,
And I think it's worse than hypocrisy.
so do you think that there's any crime that deserves death?
No, I don't. But I do think we have a lot of other alternatives. But I don't think that there's a crime that deserves death just because of the equivalency of the people who would be giving that judgment.
So what if one person killed 50 other persons? They still would not be worthy of death themselves.
Not be worthy of death, no.
Why not?
Because taking all that someone has is the worst crime, and I shan't commit that crime.
Okay. So, what's the punishment that you deserve if you do commit that crime?
Whatever punishments we have, short of murder.
So you don't think that punishment should be equal to the crime?
Go suck a dick. No, because some crimes we shall not be equivalent. Evil is we cannot be equivalent to the evil that murder is.
Punishment ought to be less than the crime.
No, we are in, not ought. Ought is not what I'm saying. I'm saying the punishments that we have, crime, murder, is not a punishment. It is in fact murder. And that other things like jail and things are the punishments that we can have, including education is a punishment we can have.
Well, we can have anything as a punishment if it gets legislated that way.
Yes, right. And we can have murder as a punishment, but I think it's immoral.
It's still an open question of whether it should be legislated such that we do have capital punishment.
Right, and we should not, because murder is the crimiest of crimes, as it were.
Okay, so now we're getting back to whether it ought to be a punishment.
Right. And so it ought not, because murder is a crime.
Okay, so the punishment for murder ought not to be equal?
Ought not to be a crime.
So,
it ought not to be criminal. And murder is criminal.
So if it's codified as the due process of punishment for that crime of murder, then it wouldn't be a crime.
It would be.
It's the law, then it's not a crime.
That's correct. It would still be immoral and should be, and the law would be reflecting something.
You have a morality separate from the law.
There is a morality separate from the law. That we are attempting with the law to codify what we understand to be morality. Yes.
Okay. And what do you think that morality is founded on?
It is founded on our relationship between each other. God was alone at one point, correct?
Yes.
Was there morality at that point?
Yes.
Could he sin? No, I don't mean was he capable of it. I mean, when God was alone before he created everything, is there anything imaginable that could happen that would have been sin?
Well, there was no one else to have done it.
So that you have shown where morality comes from when a second individual arrives. And it's the relationship between those two that morality derives from. So,
well, I believe that actually the morality derives from the nature of God.
But the nature of God is singular. The nature of God is alone.
Right.
When he's alone, there can be no sin.
But he cannot go against his own nature.
No, okay, but I'm not talking about possibility. I'm talking about, can anything happen? Like, can God lie to himself?
There's possibility.
Is there a lie possible when God is alone? Is there a lie possible? Is there a murder possible? Is there theft possible?
The nature of truth makes that not possible that God can lie.
What? No. Okay, but we're talking about the nature of God, but I'm not trying to talk about that. I'm trying to talk about the nature of being singular, the nature of being alone. The only entity in reality, the only thing that exists.
So you're talking about the nature of God?
When he was singular.
Yeah.
And when he was singular, there was no one to sin against.
Right.
He couldn't sin. There was no such conceivable thing.
So there was nothing contrary to his nature because he was all there was.
But if... Okay, let's pretend that the creator is not the creator that you believe, but the creator created...
Still on live stream?
Yeah, the creator created good and evil. He is a good God and an evil God. Let's not think of the...
Pretend reality is something other than it is.
Yes, in this alternate reality. And that's what ifs are, and John Choque can't handle ifs. But yet gives me the if, because you're pretending reality is other than it is, claiming that book is holy. And that's not how it is. That book is holy and evil, and you should say it on the front. And so, if we live in a reality that was created by a God that is good and evil,
okay,
before that God created anything, could that God sin? What would be a sin in that context?
The Bible says
what would
sin
be
is
evil?
not believing.
There would be no such thing.
Okay, then there can't be a God who is good and evil if there's no such thing as evil.
And there cannot be a God that's good if there's no such thing as good.
Right.
Right, and so in this circumstance, where there is one and only one entity, there's no such thing as morality. What is it then?
The nature of God.
No. That is a circular definition.
No.
What does morality look like when you're singular?
We're talking about morality. We're talking about what ought to be.
We're talking about what is a sin against somebody. What is a sin? What is moral? What is your moral behavior
So, like,
toward another?
What ought you to do?
To another.
How ought things to be?
Right.
Okay.
So how ought things be when you're
there's
alone?
something that's an entity that's absolutely necessary in the philosophical sense, that God is a necessary being, then there cannot be anything that's necessary that ought not to be, that is evil.
Says who?
But just the definition of what something ought to be,
So your circular definitions.
circular definitions. The thing is what it is. That's, if you call that circular, that's not my fault.
It is what it is circular. It is what it is a circle.
Okay.
Like, I'm not the one who made that a circle.
So all definitions are circular.
No, because I'm saying, what is morality when there's only one person? And we can talk about defining that. And you say it's God's nature, and that's circular. I'm saying, what does an immoral act... What?
Why is saying it's God's nature circular?
Because I'm trying to say, when God's alone, what does immoral look like and what does moral look like? What are some immoral actions? What are some moral actions? And you'll say, the definition, God's nature. Is God's nature good? Is God's nature good?
Yes.
How do you know that?
Well, because good is what ought to be.
And is God's nature evil?
No,
How do you know that?
because evil is what ought not to be.
But evil is.
Okay?
And God created it.
God created potentiality, which is a good thing.
Is it?
Yes.
How do you know that?
By his choice.
Because it's what happened. That's your definition is what lies is good because my God created it and my God is good. You don't see that it's circular.
Okay, let's examine that.
Let's.
So how do we know that potentiality is good?
How do we know that something is good potentially?
No. How do we know that the potential for a choice
Yeah.
is good?
I don't know. How do you know that a potential for a choice is good?
Well, I think that again corresponds to the nature of God, that He is free to do what He wants.
Is he?
Yes.
What if he wants to sin?
He doesn't want to sin.
How do you know that? So is that not a circle, John Choque? Did we not arrive exactly where we left? I don't understand when you're like, let's examine it, how you're helping us escape these circles. What I'm saying is there was once a point in time
There's a difference between a circle and an end point.
when we start at God, we walk around, and we end point at God. That's being a circle. So, there is evil. God is the creator. God created evil. Do you agree?
Do you believe God can create something other than Himself?
Yes.
Okay.
I think God can create something other than himself. Do you think he chooses what he creates other than himself?
Yes.
Cool. Is he responsible for what he has created?
Yes.
Cool. Did he choose this?
Well, not all choices that have been made are His.
Prove it.
Well, we make choices ourselves.
Do we?
We do.
Prove it.
I experience it directly.
Do you? Or do you believe you experience it directly? What is your proof that you have a choice?
So knowledge is justified true belief.
How are you justifying this? How are you justifying your experience that you have choice?
Well, because the alternate view is incoherent.
Is it?
Self-refuting.
Is it, or is your position self-refuting?
Yeah, because-
So what is self-refuting about the alternate?
Well, if we have no free will, we cannot do logic or reason.
Is that right?
Yes.
Prove it. I don't think I follow that.
Okay.
If we have no free will, we cannot do logic? What if we are not free to not do logic? Then would we not have... Do you really not understand what we're talking about, John Choque?
You talk in circles.
No. Did I just talk in circles?
No.
Because what I'm saying is,
Me, I-
you're saying, I'm experiencing free will, I can see it. And I'm like, how do you know what you're experiencing in free will instead of the rail that you're on? How can we tell the difference between those two realities?
Okay, let's do a series of syllogisms.
Yeah.
Okay. The truth exists is the first statement. And, well, maybe not a syllogism, just a series of reasoning. So, we know that truth exists
'Kay.
because any denial of the fact that truth exists would be assuming its own truth. Because any indicative statement assumes or implies a truth.
I think that's a bad argument. I see what you're
An
saying.
indicative statement implies a truth. It is a truth claim.
Right,
So
but
if
they
I
could all
say-
be wrong.
If I say there's no truth,
You could be right.
no, you can't be right.
Yeah, you can.
You can't be true and untrue at the same time.
Yeah, you can.
No, you can't.
Why not?
Because that's the law of non-contradiction.
And who says that's a law?
Everyone.
Do they? Does God say it's not a law? Is it in the book? Or did we derive it?
It's the nature of reality.
Is it? That it can't be true and false at the same time?
The fact that you even asked that question is implying that you view it as a bivalent logic.
No, all I'm saying is you haven't proved it here. What I'm saying is you're weak in your arguments.
Making a claim.
You are making a claim.
Is it?
Yes.
Because that's the only other option, is that it's not.
Is it the only other option?
That's why you're asking.
No, I'm asking. I'm not saying. You're saying this, and the other option is this. But you haven't proved. No, it doesn't. Look, if there's two options, prove it. Prove there's two. Right? That's what I'm saying. There might be a third, correct?
Nope.
Prove it. God is good, or God is evil, or God is both, or God is neither. Correct?
But something
Could there be a fifth?
A thing is either true or false.
Is that right?
Yes.
How do you know that?
It's just the nature of reality.
Is it?
But it's not.
Or is it the nature that you want reality to have, to make
Because
sense?
it's not possible to think otherwise.
Yeah, it is. If it were possible to think otherwise, would that make it maybe true?
Yeah.
So if I tell you that I believe
The
it,
fact that you see a conflict in what you're saying and what I'm saying proves that we're taking two sides, and they're the only two sides possible.
no, I disagree.
Otherwise, there'd be no conflict, and you say, I agree with you, and it's also false.
There might be a third side as well. But the point that we're trying to say is there exists truth, and I think the argument that you get there is a weak argument. I'm trying to say there is truth because of the way that I define it. The way that I define truth is a sentence that comports to reality, and because there is that possible thing, then there is truth. And I've gone from a definition moving on. And you're trying to go from, no, out of magic we create these things. And no, you don't create anything out of magic. You're saying it's either one or the other, and I'm saying prove it, and you're like, I can't. And so define it. Because that's what we're doing, definitions. If you want to create something out of nothing, the only thing that you can create is that you know you exist. That's the only thing you can create out of nothing.
So when you state the definition of truth, it's right, but when I state it, it's wrong.
No. When I state it, I say prove it. And you say I cannot. Everybody believes it.
So how can you prove that truth is what it is?
I can prove that truth, the way that I use the word truth comports to my definition of it.
How do you prove that?
How do I prove it? By only using it in that case. That I shall use the word truth to mean this idea.
The way you use something is not a proof of what it is.
No. So to prove that truth exists?
Yeah.
So truth is the measure to which a statement comports to reality.
Truth is a relationship between a statement and reality.
Right. And how correct it is how true it is.
Spaghetti man.
Hey.
You smoke weed?
I do. It's very, very, very kind of you. Thank you so much. Be safe, my man. So I have defined it, and if you're saying prove that it exists, then I'll say as I've defined it, that man's shirt, it looks purple to me, and so that sentence is true because I do think that shirt is purple. And so then I've illustrated an existence of that thing that I've defined. But you're trying to do a truth without defining it. You're trying to say there is a definition of truth that we can all agree on, and it comes out of dividing by zero, boom, there's truth. But I disagree with that.
I think it's a misrepresentation.
Cool. Then is God truth? Or is that a misunderstanding of the word?
Well, I just feel his representation of my view was incorrect. So yeah, I would take the same definition of truth as you do.
Yeah.
You can call it the correspondence theory or
let's.
identity theory.
So let's not talk about truth at all, and let's just instead talk about correspondence.
Okay.
Because then I'll be using a tool that I need, and if you need another tool, we'll define it. So when you say after this life there is a heaven, that does not correspond to reality. Because there's no place like that.
How do you know that?
Because of where it needs to be and the energy it takes to do it, and how it's not there.
So if we're talking about a spiritual reality...
Cool. Spirits do not comport to reality. They are, as I say, untrue. There is no such thing as a spirit.
Do you believe thoughts are material?
Yes.
And So the nature of thoughts is that they can be true or false, right?
Well, I agree that there are some thoughts that can comport to reality and some that are yes, but not all thoughts are true or
One
false.
characteristic of thought is that it has the capacity to correspond or not correspond with reality.
Some thoughts, yes, I'll agree with that.
And another characteristic of thoughts is that they can be about something.
Correct.
All right.
Yeah.
And let's see, what's another characteristic of thought?
They are fleeting.
Well,
They travel. They're like
let's
waves.
compare that to the characteristic of physical things or material
Sure.
things.
Yeah.
The material thing is not true or false.
Is that right?
I mean,
Is that there? Is that a drain?
yes.
Is that true?
Well, is
It's
it
true.
Are you asking if the statement is true?
I'm saying, does it comport to reality?
Are you saying does reality comport to reality?
I'm saying that thing claims it's a drain,
That thing makes no claim.
doesn't it?
No.
No claim. Okay.
You can make a claim about it,
Sure.
which is my point, is that a statement or a thought can be about something,
Right.
correspond to reality or not.
Cool.
All right. But
Cool.
a material thing does not correspond or not. It has no capacity to
Some material
not have
things.
correspondence.
Okay. If I find a material thing that does have correspondence, would that disprove that?
What?
If I find a material thing that does have correspondence, would that disprove it?
Well, no. What I'm saying is material things have no option of not corresponding to what they are.
Some do. If I find one that does, would it?
A thing cannot be other than what it is.
Do you know a broadcast signal is a thing? Do you agree?
Yeah.
Is it a thing? Is it a thing about something? A broadcast signal?
No, the material itself is not about anything.
The broadcast signal is not about anything.
Information is about something.
Right.
Information is non-material.
Okay. So then I'm saying.
Information can be transmitted by use of material, by use of symbols in material. But
Yeah.
information itself is non-material.
What does that say?
It's the Holy Bible.
Material told you that.
Yes, so it's being transmitted through material, but the information itself can be created or destroyed, whereas material cannot be created or destroyed.
And what I'm saying is that's happening on your brain. What I'm saying is those are what the thoughts are, electric signals on top of your meat. So
So the transmission of information.
there is a transmission happening on your brain.
Okay, I don't believe the transmission is the information itself.
It is though.
That's why I'm saying the delivery is
So you're saying that those words are not the information. And you're saying that the television signal is not the information. But you're wrong. It is the information.
carrying information. It's transmitting information.
Physically.
Yes, but the electromagnetic waves are not information. They transmit information. Just like ink is not information.
Okay, and then
Sound waves are not information,
and that's happening on your brain.
but they can transmit information.
And the electric on your brain, that's happening.
It's happening, yes.
Yes. So there's electric signals passing around inside of your brain,
Okay.
and at the same time, your brain is interpreting those as the information that they intend to carry, which is, here's a man, don't bump into him. There's a car, don't get run over. And that signal comes through light and then is inside of you. And that signal is on your brain. And that's what I'm saying. Your thoughts are those. They are signals happening.
I just don't believe that the transmission of information is information.
Okay. The information is the information that is encoded.
Yes.
THE is the word the. That information is coded on your brain. Encoded.
When I was coded on that book there.
Right, and it's also encoded in your brain. My audio hitting into your ears, buzzing things, sending signals, recalling things, databases are dormant, pulled up, start sending their signals. This whole dance goes around in your mind.
In the brain.
In the brain. And those are your thoughts.
Okay, so my thoughts are what happened in my mind.
They are what's happening in your mind. And what's happening is electrical,
No.
bioelectrical.
That's in the brain.
Right.
So I draw a distinct a distinction between brain and mind.
On what basis do you draw that distinction?
Well, because the mind is non-material.
Prove it.
It has properties that the brain doesn't have.
Okay. Is society material? And so it's a non-material thing that has properties that we people don't
Society
have.
is a concept.
Yeah. So are you.
Concepts are non-material.
Okay, then that's what you are. You are a concept. You are non-material. You're a concept. I accept.
My body is material.
Yeah. Your body is making that concept happen. Without your body, that concept will end.
How do you know that?
Because without my body, the concept didn't begin. What began your mind? When did it begin? What year?
I'm not sure.
What preceded it? What happened right before you were?
Before I was?
Yeah.
I wasn't there.
A body was grown in a uterus.
Well, that didn't happen before I was.
Before you were born?
Before I was born. So before I existed or before I was born?
You are the concept running around in your mind. We agreed, right?
I didn't agree that I'm a concept.
Okay. I thought I was agreeing with you that you're
I
a
agree that
concept.
society is a concept.
Just like the self is a concept. Is this?
Listen, I think it's a good name when you called your spaghetti.
I haven't said that today, John.
You
Stop
said-
putting words in my mouth.
Said that to a couple of people.
I asked people what they were talking
Spaghetti
about, John.
Ministry or spaghetti preacher, spaghetti something.
John, you're trying to put words in my mouth, John.
Just
You're
talking
trying
circles,
to-
up and down and in and
Am I
out
talking
and all that.
circles? Are we
It's
talking
all
circles, or are we
sweet
trying to get
I
to the
don't know
bottom
if
of
he's
it?
referencing you.
I'm trying to get to the bottom of this, right? I'm not trying to waste your time. I'm engaging with the things that you're saying, right? He's accusing me of wasting time and talking circles. And John, you're lying when you say that.
To my
John, you're lying
ability to
when you say that.
comprehend you,
Yeah.
my ability to comprehend you sounds like foolish talk, circle talk, and nonsense, and just child behavior.
Cool. You're degrading me, John.
That's how I receive it. Though.
Cool.
That's how I
Want me to tell you
receive
how
it.
I'm receiving this, John?
Well, you already
Shall I
told me many
cool.
times.
Awesome. And it hurts your feelings when I do it, John?
No, it doesn't hurt mine.
Doesn't hurt your
It's
feelings?
normal.
So you believe something can be true and false?
I believe it's possible. It hasn't been disproven to me yet.
Okay.
Yeah, that I am hungry and I am not at the
So
same
it's
time.
an open possibility.
Yeah, because I can be like, I'm starving, I want to leave.
So if he's
I want to leave right now. Is that true or
if he's
false?
accusing you of lying, he could also not be accusing you of lying at the same time.
That's right. He can be true and false at the same time.
So
It's
because it's a
possible.
possibility,
Yeah.
maybe you don't have any certainty about any statement you made.
That's possible. Yeah, so what's the most sure that I am about anything? Right? What's the most sure thing that I have? What's the most sure thing you have? Do you have something that you're sure of? What are you sure of, John?
That's the thought.
Jesus Christ is my Lord and Savior.
Cool. My assurance is that I am real and I exist and I want truth.
I gave you the truth.
No, John, listen. My assurance, the thing,
Point.
John,
can't just talk.
John, your sign is yelling. His sign is much more subtle than yours. Do you understand that you are yelling at all times, John? Do you understand that at all times you are yelling, John, and I am trying to compete with you?
That sign there is yelling.
It is. It's screaming, in fact, down this entire street so that you can see it from blocks away. Here's the Onion Station. It is screaming, isn't it? It is the loudest it can. They paid extra to keep it clean and to light it up so that those words are heard.
Do you think screaming is a good thing?
I do. Sometimes, yeah. I think it's very useful. As far as like good, I think it has use.
Yeah, there's guys that come around, they just throw everything down. He throws these bikes down. It's just angry spirit.
What's wrong with being angry, John?
It becomes destructive.
Is your God angry?
God is an angry God. He has the ability to be angry.
So is he good and evil? No, John, it's your God, good and evil.
I'm not going to talk to you.
Oh.
I'm not going to. I'll talk to you, but you're talking to.
So I think I got him.
Yeah, not all anger is bad.
I know.
Yeah,
No, all
he's
anger
more
is bad.
logical than I am. I'm too emotional.
Too emotional for what?
Emotional.
I'm emotional as well, John. This whole game's an emotional game. It's about how you
You're
feel
more
about these
logical
things.
and intellectual than I am.
I'm also emotional. You don't have to pick, John.
Oh, you need a proper balance though.
I disagree. I disagree. I think the proper balance is we've gotten to. I think if there is a proper balance, I think it's closer to emotional than what we're being right now. I think a lot of people are like, no, logically, blah blah blah, and it's like, no, we're allowed to be emotional. Everyone's allowed to make all of your decisions based on emotion, and
Yeah, but I don't see that as being otherwise. Like, I don't feel that
Why
people
don't you
are being
answer
too logical.
that question right there?
I already did, John. I already answered that fucking question.
What was
Did you
it-
hear my
what was
answer?
the answer?
Oh,
No.
so you didn't hear it?
No.
Did you hear my answer? My answer is I changed my mind about whether or not that book is holy. That's the biggest thing I've ever changed my mind about. Whether or not that book is holy. Now, what is good enough evidence for somebody to change their mind about it? What is good enough evidence for someone to decide that their book is not holy? What's a good reason to change your mind about that, John?
Good reason.
Yeah,
to
good
change
reason.
your mind.
About whether or not a
I
book
can
is
tell you
holy.
what happened to me and why I changed my mind.
Mitch should really try DMT or ayahuasca. That sounds amazing. I really would like to try ayahuasca. What is a good reason to change your mind, John? Yes.
I went down to the right looking for another one.
Well, in the beginning, I didn't believe Jesus was real. And I was hooked on cocaine for about 2 years, drugs for all kinds of drugs for about 4 or 5 years, and I didn't believe Jesus was real.
So,
Go join my friend over there.
All right.
Nice talking to you.
and it was really good talking to you. I appreciate you stopping and talking to me, and I think our conversation was very, very good, and I'd like to have more of it very soon.
We'll see.
Yeah. I appreciate that. I really do hope you don't feel like you wasted your time.
Thanks.
Yeah, be safe out here. It's going to be a weird summer. This guy was a little bit violent to me, but I think you'll be cool. Be safe. Be safe. The person you're going to be with, he threw my things on the ground, but I think he just doesn't like being yelled at, so I think you're going to be cool.
The guy with the bike?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not the guy I'm going to be with.
Bev, my apologies. I'll see you soon. So the question was, what was the biggest thing I changed my mind about? And it's whether or not the Bible's holy. Now, is there a good reason to fucking believe that thing, or is there never a good reason to believe a book is not holy? I've been trying to ask you this all day, is what's a good reason to believe that the Quran is evil? What's a good reason to believe the Book of Mormon is
I can't
evil?
say all day because you haven't been here all day.
So far,
Since what time
you talk semantics with me
Well,
as
you
if
talk
you're not
semantics
wasting
to
time.
me.
I'm not trying to talk
I'm not
semantics with you,
wasting
John.
time. Yeah, you talking. all
You are
kinds of-
wasting time with semantics.
Or maybe it's semantics.
So, let's not do semantics anymore, John.
Amen.
Let's fucking talk to each other.
Let's talk.
And let's not get so butthurt about each other that we say, don't yell at me, don't swear at me. I'm going to swear, John. I'm going to yell. You're swearing, you're yelling. I'm not telling you to stop. I'm just saying you're a fucking idiot. So, what's a good reason to believe that the Quran is false? A good reason.
It promotes a false god.
That's a good reason. A good
Doesn't mean
reason.
It's true or not, but that's a good reason.
It's a good reason to believe that a book is false, is if it promotes a false god.
The same with this book here. If you don't believe that this God of this Bible is true, then it'd be a false book also.
That's right. If the God of the Bible is a false god, then the book is
False
false.
to the person, not the book itself.
I don't know what you're saying with that, John. What is it you're
Saying
meaning?
with what you're meaning.
Yes, you do, John. I'm using
trying to
easy
give you the
words.
same-
You're saying false to the person. What does that mean? The person believes it false? Is the book false or not?
See, I'm not as good as an intellectual man as this Nathan.
I know, so I'm trying to bring it down to your level.
You need to bring it down. 'cause
So-
you talk over my head.
If I've got a Muslim here and he's like, the Quran is perfect, and I say, but what if it promotes a false god? Would you leave it then? What would the Quran believer probably say when I said that? What would they say?
Probably say you're not speaking the truth.
That's right. I know it's true, he'd probably say, just like you do, John. I know it's true, though. And then I'd say, if it promotes a false god, would it be a false book? And he'd be like, but it doesn't! And it'll be, if, though!
If you use the word if a lot,
Yeah.
it
So
would
do
be-
you.
if-
You use it, you just imply it. You say,
If-
if that book is holy.
If this book is evil,
Yep.
then that book is evil.
What
If
book?
it is.
If what?
This Bible,
If it's evil, then what?
then it'd be evil.
What would be? I'm not following you. If what is evil, then what is
I'm
evil?
trying to agree with you.
I know. So if the God in that book is evil, then the book is evil. And if
Words are if.
yeah. And
That
if
would
the
be a
God
true
of
statement. I mean,
cool,
anything would be true if you use the word if.
I know, and you, for some reason you won't let me.
Well, because if doesn't mean anything.
Yes, it
doesn't-
does.
It doesn't give
It
you
definitely
any
means
concrete-
something. It means, imagine that this thing were the case.
But it
Would
promotes-
that then mean
but
that
it
this
pro-
other thing were the case?
Listen, it promotes doubt.
Yes, I'm trying to promote doubt, John, in your brain. But you're allergic to doubt or something? You're not allowed to doubt
I'm
even the
allergic to
slightest
doubt.
piece of that
I'm
Bible?
allergic to doubt.
So what about a Muslim that will not doubt his book? What do you mean fine? Will they get to heaven?
Problem?
Then that's not fine, John.
It's fine with me.
You're fine if your friends don't get to heaven, John?
I can't do anything about it.
Yes, you can. You can help them
can't.
stop believing in the Quran.
There's nothing I can do.
Yes, you can explain to them how it's an evil book covered with evil shit.
And that's what I do, but they choose not to.
So why do you do it?
So I allow them to choose whatever they want to choose.
But-
They're free to choose their choice.
Because
Because it's
no,
their choice,
they're not.
my choice.
Prove it.
But I just tell people the consequences of choices is what we have to be concerned about.
So I'm never talking about
Consequences of
whether it's
choice.
okay for them to choose one or the other. What I'm asking you is, can you get to heaven if you believe in the Quran?
No.
So how do I help someone understand that the book they're believing isn't going to get them to heaven? How do you do that?
By speaking the truth to
By
them.
speaking truth to them.
Then they have to make a decision. Is that true or not?
So how does one make that decision properly, John? How do you determine, how do you determine whether the evidence someone gives you about a holy book is good enough evidence to believe that that book is holy? How did you determine that that book was infallible, John? Is that book infallible, John?
It's infallible.
How did you determine that, John?
I determined it by my testimony.
By your testimony, by the miracles you witnessed.
In me.
Are you going to elaborate?
Why? You won't believe it. It doesn't matter what I say. You do not believe anything that John Shuck is saying. You want to convince me that everything I'm thinking, believing, and living for the last 47 years is a lie and filled with doubt. And you want to accentuate that doubt to the point where I give up and say, oh, Mitch, you have all the truth in the world, and I have nothing. I bow to your knowledge, and I'll allow you to join your cult and to be with you. That's what you want me to do, but that is never, ever, ever going to happen.
John Shuck, you don't know anything about me. That shit that you just said is absolutely wrong.
Well, that's what you're doing. You're trying to promote doubt.
That's what you think that I'm trying to
You
do.
just said that. I want you to doubt.
I want you to
Because
doubt.
everything you're doing is a lie.
I want you to doubt that book.
And doubt that book. That's what you want me to do.
That's right, and you won't. You refuse to doubt it.
Correct.
Why?
Because I know it to be true.
Would it be wise for a person to refuse to doubt the Book of Mormon? Would it be a wise thing for someone to do?
Yes.
To refuse to doubt the Book of Mormon?
You should doubt the Book of Mormon.
Why? Why should you doubt the Book of Mormon?
Because the Book of Mormon is a false.
Why should you doubt the Book of Mormon, John Shuck?
Because it's wrong.
And why shouldn't you doubt the Bible, John Shuck?
Because the Book of Mormon is written by Satan.
And how did you determine that, John Shuck?
Because there's no proof of the gold plates.
Is there no proof of the gold plates?
Zero.
What would be good enough proof of the gold plates, John?
To see them.
To see them?
Yeah.
What if I
there.
told you someone who saw them? What if I showed you someone who saw them?
I was a Mormon.
What
too.
if I told you someone who saw them, John? Then would you believe in them?
I wouldn't believe
What
it,
if
but
I showed you 500 people who saw it, John? Then would you believe in them? What if I showed you
But you got no lie with the
500
lie.
people, John? Then would you believe it? Why not?
Because what you're saying is a lie.
No, what I'm saying is if I showed you 500 people and they told you that they saw the golden plates, you would not trust them.
No, because it's not possible.
It's not possible. That's what you sound like. My question is, you fucking idiot, if I showed you
I'm not smart.
500 people
I have
and they
no
all said
idea.
to you,
They might
I
think
have
about
seen the
83.
plates, dipshit, I've seen them. You would not trust them.
You're going to stay till 5 o'clock. I think you're going to leave before 5. I challenge you to stay here till 5.
I challenge you to suck my cock, John. Are you going to suck my cock?
No.
I challenge you to suck my cock. I don't have to do what you say, dude. Your challenges mean bullshit to me. Your God doesn't control me, he controls you. You're the slave, not me. I am free, you're a slave. You're shackled here, dipshit. I'm free to leave whenever I want. Whenever I feel like I'm bored of this, I can leave. You can challenge anything you fucking want. I challenge you to come down here again next First Friday and deal with me again, because
Every
you
First Friday, I'm here.
sounds great. Did you know that
know,
Friday
you
is my
already knew
holy
that,
day?
though.
Did you know that Friday is my holy day?
Well,
Did you know that? Did you know that? Did you know that Friday? Thank you for finally answering my fucking questions, John. Why the fuck do you hate questions, John? Why the fuck can't you just answer? Why are you so defensive every time there's a fucking question? Goddamn coward. So, here's my point.
So is everybody agreeing with you and saying, boy, you're really doing a great job, Mitch. Tear that preacher up.
Here's my point, John
doing?
Choque.
Is that what they're doing? Are they agreeing that
You
everything you're
wouldn't
saying?
believe 500 people if they told you they saw the gold plates, correct?
Correct.
Why not, John Choque?
I know it to be a lie.
How do you know that, John Choque?
500 people told me that the gold plates of the Mormon book were real because I saw them. I would believe that they were lying.
Oh, and where's your
Because
evidence?
What is in the book? I've studied the
Oh,
Book
so,
of Mormon.
oh,
Great
whoa, hold on.
Cover.
So now you're moving on. So before John,
know what's in the Book of Mormon.
I asked you what good proof against the Book of Mormon was, and you said the gold plate myth is
Just
good
nice.
proof.
Well, it's one.
I don't want just a proof. I want a good proof,
That's a good
John.
proof.
Is it? Because then when I asked you if you would believe
That's the
500
topic.
people, and then you were like, no, that's not good proof. And then you're like, actually, the good proof is I read it. So now tell me the real good proof. You read the Book of Mormon, and inside of it is what?
Really distorted.
So is the Bible really distorting? Open your book. I'll show you something that doesn't belong in there. I'll show you something you should tear out. Open your book. Mark, the last verses of Mark. Tell me about those. The last verses of Mark. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Mark 16?
Yeah,
The last chapter?
Yeah, and the last verses, they were
Verse
added
20.
centuries later. Do you know this, John? Do you know this?
Verse 20. And they went forth and preached everywhere, the Lord working with them and confirming the word with signs following. Amen.
Do verse 8, would you? Verse 8.
Verse 8 of chapter 16.
Yeah.
They went out quickly and fled from the sepulchre, for they trembled and were amazed. Neither said they anything to any man, for they were afraid. That's Mark 16, verse 8 in King James.
And then, that's where the story ended, John. For 3 centuries, every copy of that book that we find ends there.
That's a
For
lie.
3 centuries, every copy
So,
that we have
That is actually-
ends at that
true,
point.
Because I know that for a fact now.
Explain yourself.
I've read some of the I've read the
Excellent.
Alexandrians,
Tell me.
the Sinaiticus,
Let me
the
know.
Vaticanus,
Tell me.
and they all
Yeah?
say that never existed.
That doesn't. No. When was it
9 through
added?
20.
That's right. When were they added? When were verse 9 through 20 added to
weren't
Mark?
added.
When were they not added? When? Okay, so what year was Mark written down?
I have
Yeah, you have no idea. What year is the oldest copy of Mark that we have? Oh, I have no idea. I thought you researched this, John. I thought you checked it out. So the oldest complete copy of Mark is which one? The oldest copy of Mark that we have is how old?
You should answer your own questions.
You should answer them.
I know. I can't answer them.
Yeah, no, John. Hey, John. When were those verses added to the fucking Book of Mark? What year were those verses added? You say never? What's your proof of that? What's your proof that those books were in it from the beginning, John? Do you have proof that those verses were in the book from the time it was written, John? Do you have any proof of that? John Choque? Can you hear me, John? John, the last 12 verses of the Bible were added 350 years later in the city of Constantinople.
You prove that?
Yes,
No, you
I can. Would you like some proof of it?
Constantinople was around the 300s, yes.
350. Yeah, Constantine made Constantinople. And around that same time, those verses creeped into the book of Mark. and then were promulgated to the West, but not the East. Because not everybody believed that Constantine was the emperor sent from God, did they? So those people didn't add the extra verses.
But how do you know that's the truth?
Because of the copies of the book that we have from all of these societies, John.
But have
Because
you read all the copies and looked at all the copies and gone to where the copies are?
Have you?
Have you gone to the British? Well, I'm
Have
the
you?
one talking.
Have you, John?
No, I haven't.
But you said you knew all about it. You said you knew all about it, John. And yet here you are saying that I don't know what I'm talking about because I haven't gone
You're
to
actually
the
wasting your
libraries.
time.
Am I wasting my time, John?
Absolutely, 100%.
What do you think I'm
The
trying to
only
do here,
thing-
John? What do you think I'm trying to do here, John?
Trying to make me doubt.
Cool. Well, you're wrong then.
So,
You're-
you're causing a show for everybody. And what you're doing actually is bringing attention to my sign for those people who hate this sign and everything that's on it, and for those who like what's on my sign and love what's on the sign. So there's two kinds of people, and then there's a middle group who could care less.
So this is support from my people. Yeah?
But it could kill you.
Can it?
Yeah.
How many people do you
And
know
were
that have
you
died of weed, John?
designed
How
with
many?
a
John!
long
John!
design
John!
to take
John! Can weed kill
smoke?
you? John, can weed kill you? John,
Is
can
that an
weed
assault?
kill you? John!
Should I call 911?
No, you should answer my question, John.
Should you kill me?
Can weed
Oh,
kill
sure.
a person, John? Can weed kill people, John? John,
Yes.
how many people has weed killed? John, how many people has marijuana killed?
How many?
None, John. How many people has your book killed?
How
John,
many people has the cigarettes killed?
I'm not talking about cigarettes, dipshit.
Tobacco.
I'm not talking about tobacco. Am I talking about tobacco, John?
When you take marijuana.
When
and
I
they say,
take
want something
marijuana,
more, and
Mom,
then they go to another drug.
yeah.
And they go to a tougher drug.
Do I?
And do another drug.
Do I,
and do another
John?
drug.
Is that how I
So
go?
It's a chain
Is that how I?
events
Is
that
it?
happen.
Is it,
The
John?
reason that
Is
chain
that
of
right?
events- Why can't I talk?
You are talking, John,
But you're
because you're an
talking over
idiot.
me.
I get to talk over you, John. It's how it works.
Well, you get mad
There
when
are
I talk
two.
over you.
No, I don't get mad,
Yeah,
John.
you
I
said,
just
"You're
keep
talking
talking.
over me.
I'm saying
You said,
you're
"Shut
not
up while I talk."
listening. I'm saying you're not
But you're
listening.
recording your show.
And I'm listening to
God
you
bless you guys.
as I talk over you, and you're not listening to me as you talk over me. Do you see the fundamental difference, John? I'm not saying don't talk over me. I'm saying listen, dumb shit. I'm not saying shut up. I'm saying open your ears.
The word S-H-I-T is
The word
talking about-
S-H-I-T, this is what you sound like. Again, you're talking semantics, dude. The word Jesus Christ is offensive to all of these people because Christ
dumb.
is absolutely a lie.
Not to
There is
all.
no one that's going to save these people except for these people. And you saying that there's a childish belief that they can fucking just believe in is obscene. Your shirt is obscene, your hat is obscene, your sign is obscene. I don't need to be lectured by you on obscenity. Are we past that part yet, you dumb shit?
See, that is obscene.
Are we past that part yet, you dumb fucking shit?
That's obscenity.
I have lots more obscenity for you.
And you're in a
Are we
public
past the
arena.
part?
Plus, you got a little boy.
Yeah, and you're telling him that he's going to hell and burn.
He's not.
You're saying...
Because he's under 8 years old.
Oh, okay, so what about all these people under 8 years old during the flood?
They went to heaven.
Were they murdered?
They went to heaven.
Did they get murdered before they went to heaven?
Not murdered, they were killed.
Oh, not murdered,
In the
killed.
flood.
Not murdered, he says.
What
It's
is
not
murder? What
murder,
is the
he
definition
says.
of
It's
murder?
just killed. I'm asking him about the children that were murdered in the flood, and he said, not murder. Not when Jesus does it, doesn't count as murder. It did count as murder, John. They were 7 years old. They're under that age. They were murdered by a flood. Did they deserve it, John?
It doesn't say they were murdered.
Yeah, I said they're murdered.
So you're God.
No, I'm telling you
that's
that
a lie.
your God murdered those children.
No, that's not true.
No, it is true. What is murder, John?
So you put words in God's mouth, you put words in
You've
got an idea.
John, this
You
puts
want
words
to-
in God's mouth. This claims to be words from God's mouth. John, you do that thing you're accusing me of.
Please join my cult.
Yeah, it's a safer cult than the blood cult you belong to, John. The cult of hate and
The
misogyny.
other side's weak.
The other side says suck my dick really hard, John.
Was that what it says?
Suck
Or
my
is that a
dick
lie?
until I come on your face,
I
John.
think
That's what it
a lie.
says.
Turn it around so we can read it. That's a lie that you just spoke, because you speak from the father of lies. So let's see if that's what it says. Turn it. Let's see the inside, and it can catch you in a real lie. Because you said this is what it says.
John, I didn't say I don't lie. John, I didn't say I don't lie. For the fucking last time. I'm not trying not to lie, John. You are. And you're doing a piss poor job. Do you understand?
I'm speaking the truth.
No, you're not. You're lying. Where does the soul
If you're
go?
telling the lie, that means I really was telling the truth.
So if it's opposite day, and I said go fuck your mother, really you want me to fuck your father? I got it. This is really the game you're going to be playing, John? John.
Do the other street Christian preachers go home after you do all this to them? Or do they stay?
John, are you going home after I do this to you?
Just till 5 o'clock.
Cool. And then are you going home afterwards?
Well, it's after quitting time.
So then yes, all of them do, John.
Well,
after I'm done with them, eventually, go home.
No, what I'm trying to say is before
what
they're
you're
usually
trying
go
to
home.
say, but that's not what you said, because you're so imprecise with your language.
I said to you.
Well, I know what you tried to
When
say.
you're done with it, what I said, do they go home?
Yes, John. After I'm done with them, everyone goes home that day. Because I am not violent, and everybody gets to go home.
When did they go home prior to their predetermined time they were
There's no such thing as predetermined, dipshit.
I just told you I'm going home at 5.
You told me that you intend to go home. Hey, I'd like to talk to you. Red hat, coward, let's talk. What's your name, you fucking coward? Why don't you stop and talk about it if you want to be part of this conversation? Why the fuck are you walking away so afraid? Oh no, he says. He's talking right to me. Oh, what did I do? You walked into the conversation, dipshit, and then you walked out as if you participated. You didn't. You ran away from it. Yes, John, they all go home afterwards. I want everyone to go home after they're done preaching their bullshit. John, I'm not trying to stop you, I'm trying to oppose you. You fucking moron. You being here gives me an excuse to be here.
But it's your holy day.
It is my holy day.
Why are you working on your holy day?
Who said it's illegal to work on the holy day? Why do you think you know anything about me, John? Hey, my man, what's your name?
Don't talk to him.
Don't talk to him. He'll preach fucking hate and lies to you.
You're bored, huh?
What?
You're bored, huh?
I'm not bored. I'm working very, very hard.
Church life, bro. Not Jesus. Jesus is a real man. King Joshua, bro.
If I showed you a lie of Jesus, would you stop following him?
It's not Jesus that lied. The church wrote that stuff down, bro.
So the church wrote the book of John?
The church wrote all that shit.
Yeah, and it's all full of lies. This book right here, this Bible, it's not holy. Do you agree?
Jesus is a fucking child of sacrifice. You've been going on too long, bro. You can't blame King Joshua. He fought hard against fucking assholes, bro. He's a good guy. Yeah, didn't lie.
Jesus did lie.
He's a good guy. He's not like this.
Jesus did lie.
You're a liar too, bro.
So are you, bro. You're a liar too, because you just said Jesus didn't lie and you're wrong. Yeah, you're a liar too, my friend.
He just wants everybody to doubt the truth.
Some stuff it's like put the finger at Jesus, bro.
Why? What if he lied? Then can I point a finger at him and say he lied?
Just a fucking name, bro, for a guy that got hung on a fucking cross and murdered by fucking homosexuals and Canaanites and Egyptians, bro. Roman Empire fucking weirdos.
There you go.
That's why. This is a name for a fucking child that's brought into this world to be fucking murdered, bro. It's still happening to this fucking day.
I know, let's stop it. Let's stop this whole Christian idea that we should sacrifice people for our own sin. Let's stop all this scapegoating.
I don't believe in murder.
I don't believe in the murder either. I don't think Jesus was killed. I don't think killing a God for your sin absolves you of sin. I think it's just a second sin that you've got to clean yourself up from.
You say Jesus lied, bro.
I say Jesus lied. I say the Bible is full of lies. It's as evil as the Quran. That's my claim. It's true. That's right. Men wrote both of these books. The Bible, the Quran, the Book of Mormon, all written by humans, all full of lies. And yet here John Choque stands pretending this thing is infallible. It's not. I'll show you a fallible in it.
Got 2.5 hours.
Wow, you're really counting this down, John. You're really stressing out about how long you have to be here still. Jesus. Can you not have that at the fucking forefront of your mind, John? Can you fucking engage with the conversation and enjoy it however long it takes? Can you fucking have a little patience, John? This shit might take months, dipshit.
Well, come back.
Can you just appreciate the time we have together?
I appreciate the time we have.
I don't think so, John. You keep looking and telling me when it's going to be over and how much you look forward to it being over.
Because the last time somebody did what you did, they left really early.
Nobody has done what I'm doing, John. Nobody has done to you what I'm doing, John. How many Pastafarians you met, John? How many Pastafarians come up to you and stream bullshit for 3? Is that a real name? Go fuck yourself.
No, I mean, did you create the name yourself?
No, I didn't create the name myself. Did you create the name Christian?
No, I didn't.
Well, then, is that a real name?
Well, is there a group of people called... I can't even pronounce it. Say it so fast.
People call themselves things, other people call other people things, and they all are real names.
Yes.
Yes. Are Mormons Mormon?
Yes.
Go ask them. Any Mormons?
Yes, they're Mormons.
No, they're not.
I thought you just said, are Mormons Mormons?
I asked you if Mormons are Mormons, and you said yes, they are not. You're wrong.
They're not.
No, they're not.
They're people.
They're members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints, dipshit. They're not Mormons.
Mormon is the Moroni god.
Derogatory term for them.
Oh, is he?
Oh, yes. You didn't know that? You didn't know that Mormons don't want to be called Mormon anymore?
Yeah,
because you don't care.
As they go along.
Did they change?
Now they change. They say we're not. Now they're called Christians.
No, they're called members of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. They're not. Cole, you don't know what you're talking about, John Shuck.
That Jesus Christ is not the same Jesus Christ that I serve?
Yeah, because you serve a mythological Jesus Christ that comes to you through this hateful book of hate. The God that you serve is a mythological God sent to you through centuries of hate through this evil book here. If that book is evil, are you going to quit it?
If the book was evil.
Yeah.
If.
Yes!
That would be a true statement.
That you would quit it.
Obviously.
No, not obviously, John. I asked you an hour ago, and you said no. Not obviously, John.
The reason why I always argue with you
is because you don't know what the word "if" means. Because you don't want to go along with any ifs.
And you want to.
Dude, don't blame me on this. You're the one ignoring my questions. Do not blame me for your inability to answer my questions. Jesus, fuck, John. The fuck is wrong with you,
Why do you
dude?
have to use the God that I serve as a cuss word? Why can't you pick another word? You use all kinds of
Because it pisses you off, dipshit.
No, it doesn't piss me off.
Oh, then why do you want me to stop?
Well, I just something to say.
There you go. Because it bothers you. Is that a good enough reason?
Nothing bothers me.
Doesn't it?
You're not bothering me.
You're lying to me, John.
You're not bothering me.
You guarantee, like you guarantee this book is real?
Because the first 30 minutes I had a high heart rate. But after about 30 to 45 minutes, my heart rate went back to normal.
And when your heart rate was up, would you consider that being bothered?
I would, yes.
So,
because I did.
Did I bother you, John?
Like my ears.
Did I
right now.
bother you, John? So you're gonna plug your ears? You're literally plugging your ears right now, John. Because you don't want to hear the thing that I'm saying. That's why, John. Because you do not. Oh, do you?
But my ears are ringing now, and I have to put this in. Otherwise, I almost lost my hearing last year. So I have to put this in to quiet the ringing.
Why don't you ask Jesus just to fix the problem, John? Why don't you just ask him? Oh, he gave you earplugs, I see. Yeah. And that's how he fixed your broken ears, is with earplugs? Is that how he did it in the Bible, John? Is that how he fixed things? He gave him earplugs? Is that how he fixed,
Jesus lied?
Yeah, Jesus did lie.
Yeah, fuck no, dude.
Yeah, sure fucking did. He lied right to your face, dude. He ain't gonna save you.
You're a liar.
You're a liar. Go fuck your mother, liar. Jesus is gonna let you die, you dumb fuck. He's not gonna save you just like he promised. You're gonna be dead, sorry. Why did you come on back and let's talk about it? Fuck, blah, blah, blah. Come on back, you wanna talk to me. You wanna yell across the street? That's pretty uncivilized, dude. Come on over, let's talk about how much you're lying about your God. Jesus lied to you. Are you mad at him about it? Are you mad?
Which Jesus are you talking about?
I'm talking about the Jesus in that book right there. I'm talking about John, the Jesus portrayed in the book of John. Do you know who wrote the book of John? John?
Oh, must be John.
Do you know who wrote the book of John? John?
Must be John.
Do you think it's John?
Must be somebody else, right?
Who do you think wrote it, John?
Apostle John.
When did he write it? When did he write it,
I
John?
don't have a date.
Why not?
Because it's not important.
Isn't it? Why?
Because it has nothing to do with my salvation.
Are you sure?
Yes.
But what if knowing
So
when
you
it's
ask me
written?
questions that have no bearing on my salvation.
What if when it's
That's
written
what bothers me, because
can disprove
you
it?
ask questions that have no bearing.
What
on
if the
going to
answer
heaven
to the
and
question
receiving Christ?
disproves
So
the
when
book?
you ask questions
Then would it have
that have
bearing
no
on it?
direct
John, I'm
link-
hearing the argument that
direct
you're
link,
saying. The
then
questions that I'm
that's why
asking
you're all
have
over
no
the place.
connection to salvation.
They have
But
no
if you would
connection.
listen to the thing that I'm saying
I
in
am
response, did you? Then what did I say?
That's why I don't talk
Then what
very
did I
much,
say?
because you have.
If you did
when
listen,
watch
what
this,
did I
you're gonna
say?
hear your vocabulary.
I know my vocabulary,
I mean,
John.
you'll hear all the words that you'll say. Well, I talk this much, for example, and John talked this much,
John,
for example.
your argument was, I ask you questions that have nothing to do with salvation. While you were asking that question 4 times, I answered it. Did you hear the answer?
You didn't answer it.
John, if I rewind this and show you my answer, will you be right
Do you
or
remember your
wrong?
answer?
Yes, I remember my answer.
Can you tell me again?
Yes, I can tell you
Please.
again. And when I tell it to you, I'll be telling it to you again.
Okay.
Do you understand that?
Correct.
Did you listen to me the first time I told it to you?
No.
Why?
Because I was preoccupied.
Doing what? What were you preoccupied doing?
I was talking. I can't listen and talk like you can.
Thank
So I have to
you.
shut up so I can listen.
Excellent. So who's telling you to shut up?
He's telling me. Well, I told myself to do.
Thank you.
So I can hear you.
Excellent. So I'm not telling you to shut up, John, it's you.
No, yeah,
All right.
me.
So you can keep telling yourself to shut up because you can't talk and listen, but don't tell me to shut up because I can talk and listen, can't
Is
I,
that
John?
physically possible?
It is physically possible. You want to prove it?
I don't know how to prove it.
Well, we would both talk over each other, and then we would try to explain to each other what the other one said. And then if someone could do it, then they would have proved that it was done. Do you agree?
Well, I couldn't do it though.
Well, if I could, would that prove it's possible?
For you,
There
but
you
not for
go.
everybody.
I didn't say for everybody.
Oh, okay.
I just said possible.
It's possible.
There. So if I can do it, it's possible.
It is possible.
Thank you. And is it possible that I can do it?
Yes.
And is it possible that you can do it?
It's possible, but I'm not unable to.
Cool. So I'm really good at this, and you're really bad at it, even though you've done it every day for how long, John?
Do what? Every day.
This.
Well, this is not what we're talking about. We're talking
This
about
is exactly what I'm talking about. Yeah, yeah. But you're talking here, aren't you? This is talking in it? This is talking in it?
My mouth and my ears.
I
is
see.
the one we're talking about.
All right, all right.
See, that's how you twist the words around.
Twist the words!
Twist the words.
Twist the
and
words,
you
John!
twist the topic to fit your topic and your agenda.
And what's my topic,
because you
John?
have a topic and agenda that
My topic is this book is evil, John, and you speak
wouldn't
evil.
waste your time out here.
I wouldn't waste my time.
See, so this
John?
must be a very beneficial time for you.
It certainly is, John.
And you're enjoying it.
I certainly am, John. You're
And I'm
correct.
enjoying it.
No,
But you tell
John,
me no.
because you have a predetermined time to be here. You keep saying that. I
be here
keep
all day
saying,
long.
no, you're going to stay
Till 5
until 5 o'clock.
But I told you when
Is
you got
that
here.
all day long, John? Is that all day long, John?
can't hear all
Is that all day long, John, or is that until 5 o'clock, John? Is that all day long? Or is that until 5 o'clock, John? Is it all day long?
No, I said
No. Okay, so not all day. Yet here you say all day. You said all day. You said I'll be here all day.
Well, all day to me, my definition of all day is 7 hours.
Oh, so your definition. I
Yeah, and
see.
That's
I
fine
see.
because it's my timeline.
I got you.
It's my timeline. It's my physical
So
body.
I've got to work my way of talking around your definition.
That's what you're doing with yours. You're trying to work
Satirize
your definitions around mine to
Satirize
To satirize
your
me?
behavior. And then you're like, you're doing this to me, Mitchell. Yeah, I am. Do you know why I'm doing it to you, John Shuck?
because you feel like it's your calling.
To satirize your behavior, John.
Satirize. To
Satirize.
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 And
It's
what was
to-
that definition again? To mimic like in a window?
Well, John, my definition is going to be different than your definition.
I don't
So
have
it
a
kind of doesn't matter what my definition is, John, because whenever you give your definition, that's the definition we're going to have to deal with. So, I've decided not to give you my definitions anymore because the last time I did that, you shat upon it, and I don't know, pearls before swine kind of thing. Though I don't agree with that statement. I think calling people swine is dehumanizing. I think you should not do it. I think Jesus was evil when he did it. When he said, do not put pearls before swine, he was dehumanizing people. Do you understand? Do you understand?
I understand.
So that was evil. John,
Is a pig
John.
evil?
Is a pig evil? No. Hey.
Okay, then the people aren't evil. He just used a different word rather than pig. He said swine. Swine is a more elegant term than pig.
Calling a person a swine or a pig is dehumanizing that
Not
person.
necessarily.
Yes,
They enjoy
necessarily.
pork. They may enjoy pork.
John, dehumanizing people is
That's
bad.
not a
John,
That's not
yes it is.
dehumanizing.
Yes it is.
Because to
John,
dehumanize would be
calling
to take
people
them
a swine
and-
is dehumanizing people.
And the word humanize
John.
is not correct.
Yeah, it is correct.
It's man. The word man, male and female.
John, when your God said, "Do not cast pearls before swine," he was dehumanizing people. Do you understand?
No.
Why not? My argument's
I said
pretty
yes.
clear.
And yes, this time I said no.
So, when you call people something other than
Because
like
you want me
human
to
or something
say
less
something
than
that
no, I want
matches
to
you.
educate you.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do.
You just want to yell at me. For
No, John, I'm going to
5 or 6
educate you. I'm
hours.
going to be the person that tells you
Maybe
that
not-
dehumanizing
so far I
people is
haven't got any
evil.
education.
Yeah, right. We'll see what rings in your ear after this. John,
Yeah, your noise. And
Yeah.
all your foul, cursed mouth and dehumanizing everybody who walks by.
Am I
And
dehumanizing?
belittling them.
Oh, belittling. That's a little bit different, though, isn't it?
And you just tear
So let me
people
tell you
apart
the
by your
line.
vocabulary.
Let me tell you the line between
And if I was
humanizing
someone
people
who
and
cared,
dehumanizing
I would-
people.
I would
So
call the
there's
police, but I don't care.
You think I've done anything worthy of calling the police? What have I done? Explain yourself. What have I done that is against the
But
Second
I don't,
Amendment?
because I don't like doing
What has my behavior? I know I'm not talking about call the
Because
cops on me.
you've
I'm
accosted
saying
everybody
what
who walked by.
accosted, John.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
verbally
accosted.
accosted.
Oh, verbally accosted. So like not accosted. Is that what you mean? So there's accosted and then there's verbally accosted.
Well, I'm classifying them.
Okay, so is this
How you doing,
accosting people? What's your
You
name?
doing?
Hey, coward, what's your name?
What'd you call me?
I called you a coward. Look me in the eye.
You talking to like that, bro?
I'm talking to you. What's your name?
Beat your goddamn ass right here, homeboy. Somebody coward and shit. What's wrong with you, bro?
I'm talking to you.
You need to watch who the fuck you talking to, crazy, bro.
I'm talking to you. What's your name?
My name is goddamn shut the fuck up.
Okay, shut the fuck up. I'd like to talk to you about how
I
this
want you to
guy's
stop
preaching.
goddamn screaming at me before I goddamn hit your
I'm
ass.
not
I hate
screaming, I'm talking.
You ain't talking like an idiot, though. I ain't no fucking idiot,
You're
bro.
talking like an idiot.
I am now, because the first thing you called me was a coward, bro.
That's right, because you walked
Catch your
up.
fucking self, dude.
Because you walked up
Catch
and talked to
yourself,
him.
dude.
Why don't you catch yourself?
I am catching myself. I ain't
Yeah,
hit
where are
with
you
shit
catching
yet.
yourself? Are you catching yourself
I ain't
before
hit
the
you with
violence
shit
or
yet.
afterwards? Where are you going to catch
Wherever you
yourself?
wanna go with it.
I want to catch you
Fuck, boy.
before the violence because I don't believe in violence, do
Well, then
you?
why the fuck you talking violent?
I'm not talking violence.
Very good. Now we're on the
Listen
same
to me
level. No, you
saying
listen
I'm
to
not
me.
talking violence.
Excuse me. Yeah,
What's your name, coward? What's your name, coward?
The man who will beat your ass.
No, you won't be my
I
ass
will,
because
because
we
you're
are not
gonna
being
find out.
violent. Are
Call
you
me
being
coward again, I'm
violent?
gonna beat your ass right here in front of daylight.
That would be illegal. Do you
So
agree?
then watch your fucking mouth.
I'm going to say it again, and
Now,
when
I'll
I
hit you with a
do,
cup beside your head.
and that will be illegal.
That's
Do you
okay.
understand?
That's
No,
all right.
it's
I don't
not
mind.
okay. It's against the
I
law.
wouldn't give a fuck.
But the cops would. It would be assault. John, when I call him a coward again, should he hit me or should he not hit me? That's assault, isn't it?
Idiot, bro. You be calling me.
Well then why did you just argue with me? Yeah, you fucking coward! Walk away from this, you fucking coward! Never gave me your name. You threatened violence 9 times and you walk away. If that's what the army is, fuck you! You learned hate and evil in it, coward! You just shoot bullets at everything you hate, you fuckstick! Was he guilty of assault, John? Was that verbal assault that he committed on me, John? Or was that actual assault? Did you see? Did you see, John?
instigated it.
Oh, instigated it.
You were the
What are you instigating with this, John? What do
I
you...
instigated it.
Oh, so I'm an instigator and you're not an instigator.
Now, I can prove it too.
Can you? Prove it.
Because people who have come up to me have been nice to me, but you've had at least 2 people who've wanted to physically fight you.
Yeah.
Because
And
you
were they
instigated
right to
the
physically fight me? Also, I've had people come up and were nice to me, correct? So I've also had nice people, yeah? Hi, my man, what's your name?
I'm Thomas.
Don't
I'm a
talk to him.
journalist.
Hey, my man.
Talk to him. He'll argue with you and to tell you about the stuff.
This guy's preaching lies and hate in my street, and I'm opposing him. This is my YouTube information if you'd like to learn more.
Okay. Thomas. Nice to meet you. Okay, so what's going on? I love that.
That's a good question. What's going on? John comes down here to Union Square Street to preach hatred and lies to the people of my fair city, and I'm a preacher of truth and love, and so I like to come out and oppose him.
You know COVID is a scam, right?
I don't think either of us are preaching about that today, but it's sort of
it is, though.
ancillary to the conversation.
COVID, the mask is set to have a silence. They don't want us to have a voice.
Neither does your God want you to have a voice. That book is trying to silence all the people who believe in it.
The word of God? Oh, no.
That's not the word of God. That's a book of hate and lies. It claims to be the word of God, but it is not true.
Okay. Well, we all know that the vaccine is also killing people. Where's the reports on that?
I mean, have you had the vaccine at all?
This is a theological conversation. I don't understand how
Have
this.
you had the COVID shot?
I don't understand how this fits with the theology that we are trying to have a conversation about.
But I'm just wondering, have you had the COVID shot?
And I'm just wondering why you're trying to take this theological conversation and make it about current events.
Really, hold on. Because I am Facebook Live as well. I am a journalist. There's been a bunch of Homeland Security all around Coors Field. I believe there might be a false flag that might be taking place.
Also around Coors Field, there's going to be a bunch of famous people coming down to play basketball, baseball. Maybe it's because this scheduled All-Star game that's coming up in a week here. Maybe that's why there's lots of security down by the baseball stadium.
The government is trying to use every false flag to deem us as racists, as us as terrorists. Right now, going baseball.
Are you a terrorist?
No, oh no.
Do you want your neighbors to live in fear? Do you want them? Do you want your neighbors to live in fear? Do you want them to fear God? Do you want them to fear God?
Fear God, yes. And that's
well, then you're a terrorist. No, it's not. Because you want people to fear your God. Because you want people to fear your God, and so you're a terrorist. You want to instill terror in people, and the thing that you want them to be afraid of is your God. Yeah. So he's a terrorist.
How's God?
I just explained it to you, journalist.
No, fear God, it's everlasting love.
No, it's not. It's fear. He wants you to fear him. You're a coward.
I'm not a coward.
Then why do you fear God? You love and fear God? Is that even possible?
Yes, yes.
So fear and love can exist at the same time in a human's heart? If the Bible contradicted that, which would you believe?
I believe in God.
You believe in the Bible.
I believe what God tells us. The Bible.
You believe what the Bible says. You believe the Bible.
Yes.
What's a good reason to believe the Bible?
Because it's all true.
Is it? How do you know that?
It's all true.
How do you know that it's all true?
Jesus.
How do you know?
History shows it.
Does it? In what way does history show that the Bible's true?
But it shows when they went to the tomb of Jesus, there was no body there.
Says who?
Archaeologists.
The Bible! Only the Bible claims that the tomb of Jesus was empty.
And it's real.
No, it's not real. It's a story that somebody wrote.
No.
Yes.
If you believe in CNN and all the garbage, get real.
I don't believe in CNN, and neither do I believe in this fucking book right here, the book of hate.
It's not the book of hate.
It is a book of hate. If I show you hate in it, will you know?
Take a look at Islam. You take a look at the Satanic Bible. That's all hate.
Yeah, that's also hate, isn't it?
But God's Bible.
The Quran is hate, right?
Yes.
So's the Bible. The Bible and the Quran, both are hate.
God ain't telling us to go out and kill an individual.
Yes, He is. He's saying go out and kill yourself for me.
No?
Yes, He does. If I show you a verse where He says kill yourself for me. If I show you the verse, will you
talk in circles and you'll never get it
exactly?
No, I'm saying you don't have good reasons for believing the Bible. Here's the circle. What's a good reason?
And when you produce doubt, it shakes.
Reality produces doubt.
Exactly. Because without faith, it's impossible.
Time produces doubt, and you pretending that you're immune to it is a childish thought. You've got to face your doubts, coward, instead of ignore them. You got to walk right up to your doubts and be like, what's your best argument, doubts? And then you have to listen to those arguments and determine what's illogical about them. I want you to talk. I just want to both talk at the same time. I'm not saying that I'm not trying to talk louder than you. I'm not even trying to talk louder than your hateful sign right here, because it's impossible. It sure is hateful. It says you're damned. It says you're damned.
Believe on the Lord.
It says that you are a damned human. That's pretty hateful. It says that you deserve hell.
No, we come back twice. It's not just YOLO. We only live once. Speaking of Homeland Security, here we go.
Yeah, why don't you go follow him?
Hey, there's Homeland Security right there.
That's right. That's right. Headed to the place where there's going to be lots of money in the next week.
So there's a possible false flag?
No, dude, this guy's fucking crazy.
I'm not crazy.
Not a possible false flag. There's security people making this place secure so that the game that's happening in the next 2 weeks
was a false flag. Yeah, exactly. Tower 7 came down, demolition. There was no plane that hit the tower. Oh, it was all...
I mean, the plane hit the tower, but it was demolished.
Exactly, yes.
All the choreography.
Is the Earth flat?
No.
How do you know that? How do you know the Earth's not flat? The Bible says the Earth's flat. Yeah, it sure fucking does.
Then open up the Bible, show us.
I'm not going to open up your book of hate and bullshit. Show me where it describes the Bible, and we'll read it. It'll be like, it's solid.
No, go find it.
I shan't read your book of hate. You tell me what it says, and you say it doesn't describe it as flat, and I say you're fucking misrepresenting your book. Yeah, you are. The Bible says the earth is flat. The Bible says the earth is still. Still. It is not. It floats in space. It is not still. It orbits the sun. The Bible's wrong about cosmology.
All right, if the Bible's wrong,
Yep.
then prove it.
I just did. John 18:20. I'll prove you again the Bible's wrong. John 18:20. Open it if you can. Hey, dipshit, I'll be back. I gotta charge my battery here. Don't run away, fucking cow. I know your name.
No, you don't.
I've been calling you by your name all day, dipshit. Fuck you, dude. Fuck you. All right, I gotta charge this. So I'll turn it off, charge it over here, maybe come back. I'll definitely go back and talk to him. I got my audio right here. I'm gonna be sort of keep recording, but charge this so that I can stream it again. Sorry that I'm not really engaging with the chat here. I gotta get better at that. I really am disappointed in it. It's supposed to be about like all of us here, you know, being together. And instead, I just like to, you know, scream at people. See you soon, Pastafarians.